Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, a special show tonight. This is episode, 107 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit, but it's three dudes and some feces tonight. Three dudes.
Got a lot of feces.
We welcome the one, the only Frank the Tank RIKER to the show today. One of my great moderators, our very first to be exact. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is going to be a great show. This is our first Indiegogo perk fulfillment for the Two Dudes perk on the Indiegogo campaign for It's Me, Billy. Frank, of course, was generous and picked up one of those perks, as did four others, who will also be appearing on the show here very soon. And hard to believe, episode 107, we are watching Psycho 2 from 1983, arguably one of the best horror sequels of all time. That is the general consensus. I'm Dave McRae in Toronto. He's Frank RIKER in New Jersey. And then, of course, we have Tony Michael in Atlanta, Georgia. And Frank, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, guys. We do not have an accent in Jersey.
No Jersey?
It's not New Jersey.
Not New Jersey?
Jersey?
Don't have an accent.
That's okay. You now can say Canadian, eh? You can go ahead and just say.
There's no accent, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Frank, man, first of all, thank you so much for picking up the Two Dudes perk on the Indiegogo campaign. Obviously, really appreciate it. And again, I mean, everybody out there who contributed to the campaign, you guys made the film a reality. And we're just under 7 weeks away now. Or just under. That's right. Under 7 weeks away from the release of the movie. So again, Frank, great to have you here. This is going to be fun. This is the movie Frank wanted to watch. I'm excited for it. Psycho 2. Who's watching along with us, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? Maybe nobody. I don't know. This is cool, though. This is, I was saying to the guys before we went on here, I mean, this is the kind of, sequel that... Psycho is so iconic. It's so iconic and it's so legendary and it's so inspirational that it almost feels blasphemous that there is a sequel. It almost feels like, oh my God, we can't even talk. Are you kidding me that it's a sequel? It's like doing a sequel to Jaws or something like that. But Psycho 2 is pretty good.
The sequel to Jaws is good.
The sequel to, that's what I was going to say. The sequel to, it's not Jaws, but as far as sequels go, it's like, it's not bad. It's all right.
My freaking nephews put me through on Easter weekend, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bypassed, like literally, I got the Jaws series and they bypassed the first two. Like, we want to watch Jaws 3. We want to watch Jaws 4. I'm like what's my sister doing to you guys, man? Like,
Jaws
what the hell?
4.
Can we just watch one again?
Yeah,
like what the hell?
Exactly.
No, but it's a really good sequel. I just watched it a week ago for the very first time.
Yeah. I watched it last night for the first time in about a year or so, just to brush up on it before we watch it here tonight. It's good, and like I said, they really kind of make you feel for Norman in this movie, and then they kind of pull the wool out, at the end. But then you're kind of like, well, as I was saying to Frank and Tony before we went live, there's that sort of that dichotomy between like, well, we know that certain people, for those of you that haven't seen it, maybe you're watching it for the first time tonight, have an effect on what's going on, but then you think, well, and they seem to be the causation of this whole thing, but would he have ended up where he ended up anyway, even without them? They just expedited it. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a pretty good movie, though. Dean Cundy, the DP on this film.
Little Halloween fam.
Yeah, Tony, did you notice Alfred Hitchcock's shadow on the wall in this movie?
I did not. Like, I've only seen it once, and I wasn't like breaking everything down. However, I did learn a very, very interesting fact about Tony Perkins and Alfred Hitchcock. Do you know he didn't film the shower scene? Perkins.
Who did the
in the tribute
Correct,
in the tribute to AFI's to Alfred Hitchcock, when he was giving his little speech before him and Janet Leigh he was on stage first, and then Janet Leigh came up after, I think, and then they were both up there. But he talks about how, he takes credit for that scene, which is arguably one of the most iconic scenes in horror.
Yes. He
was in New York. Frank, was he auditioning for a play, or was he working a play in New York while they filmed that shower scene? I can't remember exactly.
He had an obligation to go back to New York.
Right.
and finish the play.
And so he didn't. So really, it was his stand-in that filmed that iconic scene. It wasn't Anthony Perkins.
Fascinating.
I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know that.
And in high definition, you could
didn't know that.
see, mother's eyes, quote unquote, the character's eyes.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away a little bit of the mystique because you're just like, I could see the eyes, damn it.
Yes.
It just ruins it a little bit.
Yeah. When I watched Psycho 2 last night, we're going to watch it again here. Of course, I'm watching it in high definition. And the beginning of Psycho 2 opens with just a quick recap of the end of Psycho. And you can see the eyes. Now, was Anthony Perkins, do we know? Now, I didn't know that. I just learned that tonight. Was he okay with that? I mean, he had this obligation. Was he disappointed that he couldn't have been the guy in the wig? I mean, we know he was at the end, but for that iconic moment.
From what he said on stage when he was giving that tribute to Hitchcock, he just said, I'm taking credit for something that I didn't do. You know what I mean? Like I think he was just kind of joking around about it. So I don't know if he's ever said anything in an interview, because I was just learning that myself when I was watching. I was trying to do some research on this. So I was looking up YouTube videos online of Perkins and Psycho and whatnot. And then that came up. I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. We were probably like, I don't know how old we were when they did that. I don't even know if we were born when they did that, because I'm not sure when that tribute was. And when he said that, I was like, no shit. Like,
wow,
he didn't film that scene. He was in New York, like Frank said. I can't remember what he was, but like, it was an obligation for something that he had to do, where he could not be on set that day to film that iconic scene.
Fascinating.
Because I had mentioned to you, I didn't before, like it was like a week ago, Dave, when we were off air, that I didn't even know. I knew he died. I just didn't know Perkins died of AIDS.
Yeah, 92.
Within less than a year from when Freddie Mercury died. Mercury dies in November, and Perkins dies in September that following.
Do we know how Perkins contracted HIV?
That I don't know.
He had a lot of lovers
Fun
overseas.
times?
Yeah. But he hated Norman Bates' character. He grew to resent it a little bit. He moved to France and started making movies over there, where they kind of didn't know him.
Right.
He spoke fluent French.
Right.
And then when he came back, basically what everybody says, when they're cast the same character over and over again, I got to pay the bills. I have a new family. I have a couple kids. I got to pay the bills, and I have to go back to the character that started, my career. I have to go back.
Yeah. So did he already have the virus when he came back for the sequel, or did he contract it somewhere along the way in the 80s?
Somewhere in the 70s.
Oh, so even before it became a thing here in the States.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's too bad, because he was only 60, I think, when he died.
Yeah, he was young. And his wife tragically died on 9/11.
Oh, wow.
In the towers or on the plane?
She was on American Airlines Flight 11.
The first
when
one.
It happened.
Oh, shit.
So it's a, but he has a couple kids. His oldest son Oz, I think, directed Gretel and Hansel.
Oh yes, yep.
So and the other one's a musician. So, but yeah, both tragedies.
It is.
Very. And I see you're wearing the Bates Motel. Everybody's trying to convince me to watch that show because it's got my girl in it, Vera. Is it good? You like it?
Yeah.
Does it follow that same vibe that we get with Psycho? Or because I know this is a prequel to the 60 film, right?
Yeah, you could see his descent.
Okay.
Right.
So, and then the mother's, and her madness, later on. And so it's a good series leading up to the movie.
How many seasons is it?
I think 5.
48.
If I'm not mistaken. 48.
Good shit.
All right. Well, hey, let's do this. Let's watch some Psycho 2, ladies and germs. Psycho 2. Now, Tony, myself, and Frank are paused at about 3 seconds in, just before the Universal Studios logo comes up onto the screen. So you can kind of see the curvature of the Earth and a little bit of the glow from the sun.
The Earth is flat, Dave. Get it right.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody that yeah, it's right. That's excuse me. We're paused 3 seconds in, where there's the you just see the flattiture of the of the earth.
Sure.
I don't even know. That's not even a word. Flatulence of the earth. You see the flatulence of the earth. That's where we are. So here we go, boys. This is going to be exciting. Psycho 2, ladies and gentlemen, 1983 in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, so this came out like really at the height of like when sequels were really starting to become a thing, like with Halloween and Friday.
Yes.
And this all within like a very short time frame of each other.
Slasher.
Yeah.
The slasher genre is picking up.
It is. It is. And Anthony Perkins, of course, went on to direct Psycho 3 after this, which is what's in 86, I think.
There she is, good old Janet Leigh.
Oh, you're way ahead of us. Or me, anyway. Hang on. I've got... I still got a Universal MCA.
She just entered the shower.
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
I got it where she just entered the shower.
I have no. Bates Motel is on.
No, pause it.
Vacancy.
She's grabbing her soap.
Hang on a sec. Okay, she's now standing up. She's walking over to the bathroom. She's walking into the bathroom now. She's shutting the door now. She is walking over, taking off her robe. She's stepping into the shower.
Tell me when she pulls the curtain.
She's pulled the curtain.
All right.
Now she's lathering.
She's got the soap.
She's got the soap. She's lathering it up. She's lathering it up. Yes.
Hey, man. Hey. Janet Leigh was very easy on the eyes.
Janet Leigh was easy. She is easy on the eyes right now. I mean, she's dead now, but I mean, like in this movie.
And her hubby, Jamie Lee's father, was Tony Curtis, right?
That is correct.
Houdini.
Houdini.
Houdini. I thought that was the Jawas theme.
Oh, it's Jawas. Yeah, it's Jawas. It sounds like they're saying Houdini. Who the hell knows what they're saying?
This is not Tony Perkins. I didn't know this.
No.
Here we go.
I think the guy's name is either Bruce or Dale.
Bruce Dale?
I think it's Bruce. I think you're right.
Right.
I think his name is Bruce.
Now, aren't there a couple of shots here that weren't in the original film?
Yes, there are some shots.
A couple of angles
here a couple of angles that you didn't see in the original.
Yeah. Oh, I saw some side boob there. There's a little bit of
like you actually see the stabbing going into her back. You don't see that in the original film.
Yeah. So they must have.
It's the 80s at this point. You could show that.
Yeah, but they must have shot that for this opening then.
We were watching the director's cut of Psycho in part 2.
Yeah, that's it.
I love how she dies because she just looks like she's contemplating like her life decisions. And then she reaches for the.
Isn't that shot though in Psycho when she's leaning over the tub and you just see her eye and we sort of like, you know what I mean? It's such a great shot.
Like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's at the tail end of what we actually saw in the first movie.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great shot. Great shot.
Yeah, you definitely see a few more, maybe some cuts that were cut out of the original.
Yeah.
Maybe splice back into this one.
Yeah.
And throughout this whole movie, you don't get that famous Psycho score, that shower killing score.
No, you don't.
This whole movie.
Just this at the beginning. That's it.
Yeah.
After that, it becomes like we were talking about before we went live. It sounds like a Saturday or Sunday night 80s movie.
It does.
Music that we would hear back in the day for the movie of the week.
I love
this sounds
the
like
font.
The movie of the week.
It does. Mm-hmm. I love the font Psycho 2 in red against the backdrop of the house. It's great.
Robert Loggia.
The piano's playing.
Ooh. Meg Tilly. There she is. Meg Tilly.
Meg.
Sister of Jennifer Tilly.
She's hot.
Dennis Franz, NYPD Blue.
Yes, that's right. He's the caretaker of Bates Motel.
He is. My buddy Brian, one of my friends I grew up with in Ottawa. I went to high school with him. His dad always reminded us of Dennis Franz. We always called him Mr. NYPD Blue.
Now they dismantled this house and rebuilt it.
They did for this movie.
Yep.
They also.
Wait, I thought this house was at the back of the whatchamacallit studios.
It is, but it's this house, not the original.
Not the original Psycho. Okay.
Right. Or is it the original? They dismantled it, stored it, and then just
and built it back up.
So it is the same house for all intents and purposes, but they had dismantled it stored it.
And there's
then
no
built it back
interior,
up.
right? It's just the shell.
I believe there's a little bit of an interior. Oh no, did they shoot in? I think they might have shot in there.
Just a little couple rooms, I think.
Yeah, because
the front door at least.
The front door and the stairs, I think, because it's clearly a set. I mean, it's not they're not in a real house. There he is. And then, of course, there's Vera Miles? What's her name?
Mills, yeah.
Mills, yeah. She played, of course, Janet Leigh's sister in the original Psycho. And they tried to get her.
That was a good call back to bring her back.
Yep. Of course, she suffers a violent death. It's pretty crazy. And I think they tried to get the guy that played her boyfriend in the original back in this movie, and he had no interest, right. I think.
Yeah. He actually was the ambassador, I think, to Spain, so he couldn't.
Wow, interesting. Loomis was the ambassador to Spain.
Loomis is the ambassador of Spain.
Where the wine is.
That's right. And of course, we know that John Carpenter was inspired by the name Loomis, Sam Loomis, of course, for the character of Dr. Sam Loomis in
This guy's always
Halloween.
good. What's his name?
I forget, he's dead now, though.
The doctor, Norman's doctor.
Yeah, he is. I forget his
Robert
name.
Loggia.
Robert.
Oh, that's it. Robert. That's right.
He's good in everything he does.
Yeah, he's a good character.
He's always
actor.
I was gonna say a good character actor.
I'm gonna start dressing like Norman, I think, from now
I
on.
love him in Independence Day as the general.
Looks like Fred Savage is the cop behind Norman.
I was gonna, yeah. What would you do?
It's Fred
if I
Savage.
sang out of tune?
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Now that's a map painting behind
Correct. Yeah, it is.
the Bates Motel there, because Universal Studios had actually built itself up quite a bit in the time that
So behind the house and the hotel is a map painting.
is a map painting. That's right. They actually they had to put that there because there was a lot of modern buildings in the 22 years since
a big ass map painting.
Yeah. Well, it probably would have been placed in afterwards, optically somehow, probably. I don't think it was there as actually on set. It probably would have been done after.
And they were doing tours at this time during filming as well. So they would have to stop exterior shots while the cart is coming through.
Yeah. There's one scene in here where you see the car go by. Ah! Can you imagine?
Norman and his saltines and his peanut butter.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna start.
He's a fiber man.
I'm gonna start dressing like Norman Bates.
You should
get a pipe.
Get a pipe. Yeah, get a pipe. Corduroy jacket with a turtleneck.
Corduroy jacket, turtleneck.
Yeah.
Go all out, man.
I am. I'm gonna
have the little part. Straighten out the hair. Get the little part going.
I'm gonna straighten my hair. The cinematography in this movie is great, though. I mean, kudos to Dean Cundey. Sets the tone. There's a misty, moody atmosphere. Dusty, right? And that's all achieved with lighting and just really like you really get a sense that of the age of the past, the remnants, and it's great. Norman Bates is coming home.
Now, this was going to be a TV movie unless they got Anthony Perkins.
Makes sense on the vibe of the film.
I wonder who they would have cast if Anthony Perkins had said no.
If I say the name, Davey, you have to do the impression.
Oh, so you know who they were going for?
Yes, yeah.
Trump?
Okay, it was going to be me. I'm telling you now. All right, who was it?
Christopher Walken.
Oh, come on.
No
Allow.
shit.
Can you imagine?
But he wouldn't be able to say he wouldn't say mother. Wouldn't he be saying mommy?
Yeah.
Mother.
Mommy.
It's mommy.
Mother.
Hello. Mommy.
Hello, mommy.
My shoes are untied.
I need to kill someone.
12 vacancies.
Oh my God. Okay, Christopher Walken as Norman Bates.
God.
Hello. Mom.
What did you guys think of both of you? What did you guys think of Vince Vaughn's and Anne Heche's remake?
I haven't seen
Sacrilege.
that in a long time.
Yeah.
I think I saw it once, like when it came out in '98.
That was going to be the first movie I was going to walk out of, but we hung in there to the. I was like watching this thing, like, what the fuck am I watching?
And you know what? I don't think it. Again, I don't think it's sacrilegious because it was a remake of Psycho. Although some people would disagree. I think it's because it was basically a shot for shot remake. I think
literally a shot for shot.
I think maybe if they had just done their own thing, not necessarily, it wouldn't have been good necessarily, but you know, maybe that was more the thing you had to do.
Nah, man. Nah, man.
My mom is upstairs.
There's Anthony's son.
That is
his kid in real life.
That's
right?
his kid in real life. That's right.
It's Oz. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, Norman.
Anthony Perkins looks like he could be like your math teacher or something.
He really does, though.
Yeah, or a professor or something.
See, this is where like indications of what I was saying before we went live of like, was he already still mad? You know, and just fooled everybody to get out of the situation. Was he in a mental hospital?
Psychiatric,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you may be right, as Dr. Loomis would say. You may be right, but it's true. And
you fooled them, haven't you, Michael?
But not me. But it's one of those things where, or you could look at it the other way and say, is he really trying? Was he actually okay? Was it sped up because of the shit that goes down? But I tend to think that it probably would have happened anyway. I mean, you know, and I find it funny that he's gone back to this house, like the state or whatever is allowing him to go back to the house where all the trauma. I mean, there's nothing more triggering than going back to the scene of the crime.
Scene of the crime.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, escaping from a war-torn country and then being sent back there to build your home. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Could anyone else play Norman Bates? It's like asking if anyone could play Loomis.
Well, you know, I think so. I get what you're saying, though. I do. It's difficult to see anybody else in the role because do you know who I think would have played a good Norman Bates? And hear me out before you go.
Keanu Reeves.
Nope. I think not now. Not now.
I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah, not now, but way back in the day, because I see it's not that they look alike. They don't. Although they both were in their own respective, you know, ways. Tall, handsome, is Harrison Ford, and I say that because Norman Bates has this. Harrison Ford has this. Naturally about him too, a shy vulnerability about him. Harrison Ford is he's got kind of a shyness to his demeanor. You know, watch him in, say, Regarding Henry, and although he's suffering from brain trauma, imagine that sort of simple, more shy kind of innocent. You're not expecting, or even look at him in some ways in What Lies Beneath. You know, there's a little bit of a. I don't know. There's something I think Ford could have, not now, he's far too old, but way back in the day, I could see he's got the same shy, vulnerable, sort of sweet, unassuming demeanor that I think Anthony Perkins gave Norman Bates. So I think Ford could have done that.
What about Kiefer Sutherland?
Donald.
Kiefer Sutherland? Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I will say Meg Tilly is hot.
She is. She's
very hot.
Yeah.
She didn't know who Anthony Perkins was.
Go up against, you know, which of the Tillys, I might favor Meg.
Which of the Tillys?
Which of the Tillys that I would prefer? I'd probably go with Meg.
Which of the Tillys?
Get over here, Tillys.
That's right.
She must be older than her sister.
Yeah,
too,
Darren
right?
Sands makes a good point. Says, like an everyman Dave. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, like an everyday kind of, you know, but he's got that shyness. I think Ford could have done it. I think he could have. Yeah. Or him or Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you know, it's just whatever, right?
Mommy. Get to the house.
Put that cookie down.
Get to the motel.
Blood.
Like, I could totally see Ford having this kind of a conversation with this girl here. You
If
know,
it
that
bleeds,
little
we can stab it.
sweetness and yeah.
It'd be funnier if Stallone was.
Come to the motel.
All the dresses ripped from them posing, just
Hey
biceps.
mom, where's the sauce that you said you were gonna cook me this weekend?
Can you imagine seeing a guy the size of Arnold coming in a dress and a wig? Yeah. Holy fuck.
Packs some sweat.
Yeah. Bulging. Pulsating. It looks like he does in the first Terminator. It's like, holy shit.
I need your dress, your wig, you'll put your knife.
That's right. That's right. No, isn't this not Anthony Perkins walking here or something like that? Like, didn't Anthony Perkins' brother or something stand in for Perkins in this movie, or cousin? There's somebody, I read something that there was like somebody stood in for him at some point. I forget who it was. I thought it was his brother, because I think his brother is credited, or his cousin, or somebody with the same name. I'm positive. Or maybe I'm just fucking losing it.
Is this the same motel from the original?
Yes.
No. Well, yes, but no, they actually had to rebuild the motel for this movie.
Mm-hmm. But all the props are from the first movie.
Yes.
The keys and stuff, like the keys that he's grabbing from the first film.
That's right.
Yep. But somebody stole the original shower head.
Yes, I read that.
Who steals a shower head?
Well, and where is it now? Did they sell it for a lot of money? Are they holding on to it, or are they using it to shower under? That's
well,
what,
how do you
that's what I want to know.
authenticate? How do you authenticate that too? You come clean and say you're the one who stole it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Sipowicz.
There he is.
You're right.
The only thing I can think of is NYPD Blue.
Yeah. Well, this is what he was doing before he joined the force.
Operating seedy motels.
That's it.
So now, what was the beef between him and Tilly during the filming of this? They just didn't like each other?
She didn't give him enough respect that he thought, because she grew up around an area where she didn't watch a lot of television and didn't know who Anthony Perkins was.
Oh.
So he felt that she was being a little bit disrespectful, and at the time too wanted to kick her off the movie after 50% of the movie was shot.
Wow.
And the producers are like, no, we've already shot 50% of the movie. We can't.
Yeah. And it's funny, you wouldn't know there was any sort of animosity or tension there.
No, and their chemistry is pretty good on screen.
It is actually. So kudos to them for doing that. Yeah. Look at the picture behind Sipowicz.
What kind of hotel were you running, Norman?
Yeah,
really. Yeah, him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. He's all like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Like, shut up, Norman.
Yeah. At least they leave.
What kind of hotel are we running here?
Oh, she's only 61. She's young.
Yeah. Imagine Arnold.
So she's really young in this.
Yeah, she's like 22 or something.
22, yeah.
Imagine Arnold as Bates. Sylvester Stallone as Sipowicz here.
I will say, of the two Tilly sisters too, she looks better than her younger sister. I haven't seen what Jennifer Tilly looks like lately, but the last time I saw her, Jennifer Tilly wasn't looking too good. But you can definitely tell her sister.
It's the eyes, right? The eyes are basically
the same. They could almost have been twins.
Yeah. I'm going to start dressing like Dennis Franz and walking like him too. That's the key. You gotta walk like him. I love the set design though, which obviously goes back to the original film. Having this Gothic looking mansion on top of this hill, just gives you so many great shots from the perspective of the motel. It's just great.
If I ever won the lottery, I'd probably build a psycho house.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hi.
Don't think
about on top
him.
of a hillside.
How could you not? He's such a, that's the thing with how Perkins played him, is he's such a likable character, you know,
Right.
like it's like a Ted Bundy.
False sense of
harmless.
security.
That's
Yeah.
right. Ted Bundy, tall, dark, handsome, charismatic. Like I said, I don't necessarily think Norman is charismatic, but certainly Ted Bundy had that, you know, that way of talking and seeming sweet and handsome and you know, you wouldn't think, look, he's got this kind of, nerdy kind of thing about him as well, and that he wouldn't, you know, that he couldn't do anything.
Did I read somewhere, and it could be another film that I'm thinking of, but what I know, Ed Gein was inspired for Texas Chainsaw, but wasn't he also a bit responsible for the inspiration of Psycho?
Mm-hmm.
He was, okay. Because there was 3 films that were inspired by Ed Gein, which was Psycho, Texas Chainsaw, and there's another one, and I can't remember what that third one was. I just saw this like the other day. Someone posted that on Instagram. I'm like, no.
Anthony Perkins too has broad shoulders. There's a scene where
He's built in, like, there's a scene when he's walking up the stairs. He's got some biceps on him.
he does, but he's got broad shoulders, and it looks like he's got shoulder pads on,
But he doesn't.
and he doesn't. Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. Thank you, Robert. So those were the 3 films Ed Gein was responsible for inspiration: Silence of the Lambs, Psycho, and Texas Chainsaw.
Good old
I
Ed
get
Gein.
Texas Chainsaw because Gein literally put people's faces on his face. That's some fucked up shit to know someone really did that.
Yeah. Milk does about it good, apparently.
Oh, that would be a movie. So I'm surprised no one hasn't done. I mean, well, I guess they have, you know, Texas Chainsaw, but I'm surprised no one hasn't done a legit Ed Gein movie.
Yeah. I love how he's offering her a sandwich, just like the original.
Peanut
A
butter.
sandwich and
Or no, it's
some-
not peanut butter, is it? Is it bologna?
I don't know what it is.
Because the original was peanut butter and jelly.
Larry. He did that on purpose. It works.
Yeah.
Don't give it to him.
Yeah, she just handed it to him. He's like, I'll cut this for you.
Cold steel against my hand feels good.
That's right. Well, I'm just gonna shine this in the light here.
She chugged that fucking milk.
Yeah, she
It was full. It was now it's
She
almost
was-
empty.
She chugged it. She chugged it.
She went all stone cold on that. freaking
Stone Cold
milk.
Steve Austin. Yeah, this is
Did
It's
she
the-
have much of a career after this, or is this
she won a Golden Globe for something,
Yeah.
I believe.
Agnes.
Yes, Agnes.
Agnes
Yeah, I think that was it. I mean, not a prolific career. I think she's an author now as well, right?
Yep.
She's got a website.
You know why she didn't eat that sandwich, right?
Well, because she probably thought it was poisonous, maybe.
Well, that bologna is sitting in that fridge since she got incarcerated.
Yeah, that too.
Was it really? Like, did he make her a sandwich? Oh, okay. I guess I'm thinking, did I miss something here?
22-year-old bologna.
22. Can you imagine? He pulls it out. It's like rank. It's just there.
It's
you
all
go.
green and he's throwing
Yeah.
the flies away from it.
I wonder when the animosity began, and if there's any like sort of like micro expressions we can pick up on.
Yeah, when he kills her.
Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't actually. He
Oh no,
tries
that's
to.
right. He doesn't.
He doesn't. No.
He doesn't
That's
kill
right.
anybody
No.
in
Well,
this one, except for one.
Yeah.
The woman.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
Boom.
love about this movie here. Spoiler alert for a film that's been out for 30 years.
Yeah.
Almost. You know, a lot of it's her mom,
Yes.
Tilly's mom, in this film, but there's some kills that you're like, did Norman do that? And I like how this movie does that.
Well, that's
it
it.
gives you the, it lets you, the viewer, think like maybe Norman did that. Maybe he didn't do that. Other than the obvious one at the very end when he freaking takes that shovel to that woman's dome. Man.
Well, that's it. And that's what's so great. And that's why, you know, and as Frank said, he actually doesn't kill anybody in the movie except for the very end. And then that's when it's that release. There's been this tension and this buildup that he gets a satisfaction, a euphoria from killing, as a lot of murderers do. And it's been pent up for, 20 something years. Right. And there's that final release at the end of the movie. And then he's back, and you can see it as he's,
here's the part they were talking about, the Alfred Hitchcock. Tony, at the bottom of your screen, bottom right.
Yeah.
When they walk into this room.
That's right.
You see a silhouette.
That's right. Yeah. It's coming up here.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I did not see that the first time around.
Yeah.
That's a nice little Easter egg.
Nice little tribute for Alfred Hitchcock.
Was he dead at this point?
He was, yeah. I think he died in 1980, I think.
Correct. Yep, 80.
So then that AFI then was definitely before you and I were born. If he died in 80.
Hitchcock died in 80, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's and then it's at the end of the film where it's like, oh, he's back. They just left him alone. But like I said, he probably would have got there anyway.
But this whole movie, they're poking the bear, aren't they, guys? They're
Pretty
poking
much.
it.
Yeah, 100%.
Scratching the surface, as they say.
But the question then becomes, is he really trying? Or is he faking it? I don't know. I mean, it's convincing. I mean, he's really poor Norman.
He's misdirecting.
Yeah, he might be.
False sense of security.
Or it is their fault. And the irony, it's all in the irony, right? It's all sort of like they were trying to, they caused him to go insane, and they did, but they killed him. Oh, here comes Meg Tilly nude.
She looks good. She looks very good.
A lot of blues, huh, Dave and Tony? A lot of those Dean Cundy
blues. Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Love those blues.
Love those blues.
And she's sleeping in Norman's room, right?
Correct. Yeah, it was.
The chair up.
Got the chair up against the wall. Oh no, I thought the shower scene was.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. No, next day, washing the dishes.
I've been there as a kid in those suds.
Yeah. Taxi rolling on up. Here comes. Who is this? Oh, that's her. That's right. She almost has a Janet Wood vibe from Three's Company.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Do you know some of the names in chat? You can, if you want to say them too. Some of the names that could have been Meg Tilly's character.
Some of the names that could have been Meg Tilly's character.
Yeah, some of the actresses who could have played
his character.
Yeah, Mary Loomis.
Are you just for shits, or do you mean like there's actually a couple that
the people they were actually thinking about?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm not sure, Frank. Who were they?
You have Carrie Fisher.
Could see that.
And then
I can definitely see that.
They really, and Anthony wanted her too, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, I remember. Oh, I did read about this, and they didn't, primarily because she was already so associated with horror movies at that time, and also, of course, they felt that she was going to be more of a distraction than anything.
She's trying to get out of that whole her mother shadow, wasn't she? She was trying to get out of that.
But in hindsight, I wondered, does she regret not taking the chance on doing it and working with Perkins one time?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. That could have been very interesting to see Jamie Lee playing.
Yeah, they thought about John Ritter, but he was good
old Jack Tripper.
They wanted John Ritter to play Mary, but he turned it down.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jamie Lee would have
Sipowicz.
done. I wonder if Jamie would have done the shower scene though.
Body double.
She does. She does
Yeah,
get
maybe.
nude in Trading Places.
She does, which was the same year, I think, as Psycho 3. Wasn't Trading Places 83 or 82, 83? I think it was 83, I think. Warren Armour says Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder would have been too young. Winona Ryder was like...
She was very young because she was, what, 18, 19 when she did Beetlejuice? Or 20, something like that.
Yeah, so she's probably like 14, 13 here, maybe.
I mean, she was doing movies, but she was just really young.
Yeah, she was a kid.
Wasn't she in Lucas? With Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen and... Wasn't she in that?
Know.
Wasn't she Lucas's friend?
I don't know.
Fuck. I gotta look it up now.
Okay, Sipowicz just sitting there smoking a cigar. It's great. That's not a cigar, it's a cigarette, I mean. Don't let that little whore in my house again. Don't let that little whore in my house again. Mother.
Mommy. Christopher would not say mother, right? He would say mommy.
He kind of, mommy.
Mommy.
Come here now. Come on. Mommy.
Bud.
Come here. There's somebody putting notes on the spool.
Someone in the shower.
In the shower. Come on. Someone's in the shower. In the shower. Yeah, this is before he joined the force. He cleaned himself up. He moved to New York. He got a job.
She came out 2 years before. It was actually, it looks like it, based on her IMDb, it was her first film, was Lucas.
Okay.
And then she did Beetlejuice
2
years later.
Norman.
He's gonna get his gun out and shoot him.
Yeah. I've always wanted to take my gum out and just toss it to the side, not care where I've where I've tossed it. This is a great scene though, because you can feel the tension. Like he wants to pick up that knife, you know. And I remember the first time I saw this
he wants
movie,
to throw the cake at him.
Oh fuck! Can you imagine? He doesn't pick up the knife. He picks up the cake and just starts eating it violently. And it's like, what's going on here? What's happening? He makes himself puke. It's like, what happened? Yes. This guy rubbing his arm, Here's where, okay, now watch when he leaves. I think he takes off his apron here in a minute and he leaves. And as he exits the establishment, his shoulders are like fucking lined back. They look huge. We're not quite there yet, but it's coming up, I think. Now, Norman Perkins was actually only, I think, about 14 years older than the old lady here in real life. The old lady here in real life, I think, is actually only in her mid-60s. Here he goes. Watch this. Oh, no, that's right. That was a note from my mommy. They're all just looking at him like, what the fuck? Here it goes. Okay, watch this. Watch when he leaves and he walks outside. Look how broad his shoulders are.
Shoulders are huge, man.
They are. Norman. He's
always in the kitchen.
He is. He's always in the kitchen. Well, that's where the knives are, right?
The arm's length away.
That's it. I thought I would come and hang out with you. I remember the first time I saw this movie, I remember thinking, what the fuck would this young, hot girl want? Like, as if she would be hanging out with, come on.
I know, right?
And then, of course, you find out why. And then you're like, oh, okay. It makes sense, But I remember.
Well, I started to pick up on that as I was watching this for the first time last week. I was like, yeah, something's up here with this chick. Like, I just didn't seem right.
Right.
She's crazier than him.
Yeah. It could have gone that way too. I mean, they could have. I don't know.
It's got that green secret ingredient in that fudge.
Secret of the ooze. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, rap.
I was thinking of Mary Jane.
Oh, I was thinking of Vanilla Ice.
Thinking of special brownies, special fudge.
I got you.
Oh, here comes the shower scene.
It's coming up. Wait, are you ahead of me then? She's
walking up the stairs.
Just walked up the steps.
Yeah, same. Yeah, she's walking up the steps. Norman is left going, I wonder if I should go and peep at her and look at her boobs. That's what
I got the peanut butter already in my hand. So be ashamed to waste it.
What kind of peanut butter is he using?
He's probably a smooth man. He's a smooth.
You don't think he likes the crunchy?
You know what? I've been buying the smooth lately, but I am kind of a crunchy guy. I do like crunchy peanut butter.
I got the creamy.
Creamy.
That's what it says. Jif Creamy.
Jif Creamy is good.
She's rocking the mullet.
She's rocking the nude in the nude.
You think it was her or body double? Well, this could be her.
Body double.
This is her. It's a good question. I don't know. We do get a bit of side. Well, actually, we get a.
No, we get everything.
We get full on boob. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. You see her ass at one point.
Yeah, it's probably a double. If you don't see their face, there's a good chance it's a double. Because sometimes actors don't feel comfortable, obviously, but it's in the script, and if the producers and the director feel it's vital,
they need the shot. They call a porn star.
The shot. That's right. They call somebody else in. This is such a great moment, though. I remember the first time I watched this, that pan over, you just see this noise of the same pattern over and over and over again, and then you slowly zoom into this little... I mean, you wouldn't even notice that. I mean, how many times would you walk into that bathroom and probably not even notice that?
No.
It's so good. Also makes you realize how thin the walls are. Yeah, this is probably a double. But you never know. There's some side boob.
Made for TV.
That's right.
No, that's her.
Yep.
Yeah, you're probably right. It was probably a double.
How you can know it's a double, and it's too late to go back now, but she's got a little freckle on the back of her arm. And if they were on her right arm, and I believe you see the same spot where you don't see the actor's face. So if you could look for that little freckle or mole, I don't think it's a mole, I think it's a freckle on her right arm, on the back of her right arm. And if it's not there when she steps out and kind of turns, then, well, there you go.
Damn, Dave, that's more than I actually investigated it when that scene.
Well, I just thought of this now. I just thought of this right now.
If you look at that freckle.
If you look at the freckle on the back of her, I just thought of it now. Of course, he's playing my favorite classical piece of music here, which is Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. I love it's haunting and eerie. Of course, it was played in Misery. It's a little bit of a cliche, like you do hear it in some movies, but when it's used and used effectively, it's fantastic.
And really playing it too.
That's right. Is he really? He's actually playing it. He can play piano.
Yep. So he actually has Anthony Perkins actually has a few albums out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
They're all like before the 60s. So they started in the 50s and they just stopped.
Nerd.
I have the whole collection.
That's right. I love his look here as he's looking up to the right. Like he plays like there's something a little off of
still
this guy.
There, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he can feel it. And of course, being in that environment must be so triggering. That's why it's like you kind of have to spend, nobody, I mean, maybe 40 something years ago, but certainly today, no social worker, psychological caretaker, state, country, province, whatever go, you're free. Now we're going to put you back to where it all happened. No, they'd set you up in probably a different part of the country, for God's sakes. Because it's, I mean, statistics show that you're more likely to relapse if you are put back in the environment. Mommy, she's hot. I'm gonna go upstairs and take off my clothes now. Yeah, I could totally see Harrison Ford playing this role, 100%.
Yeah, your boy is about to start making his what, 8th Indiana Jones?
5th, and Indiana Jones and the Attack of Viagra, or I don't know.
The Kingdom of Viagra.
Of course, they were making that joke 13 years ago with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. What the hell's the joke going to be today? Attack of the Coffins? I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of stunt doubles.
I don't know what they're gonna do, man.
I mean, unless Ford feels that he can do a lot of his stunts still. Indy does in the movies.
As Harrison Ford always says, he doesn't do stunts, he does physical acting. So if it's a real stunt, he wouldn't do it. He didn't even do it back then. But a lot of the physical acting he did, like the punching and the throwing and the choreographing, that was all him. I love the
See, and this is what I like. You know, is it Norman or was it the chick's mom? You know what I mean? We don't know.
We don't know at this point.
Like how the movie plays that.
That's right. I love when later on Meg Tilly thinks there's somebody else there, and she's like, Norman, and then he's downstairs. He's like, yeah, and you're like, oh, weird. How did he get? There's something else going on here. It's me, Norman, just coming to see how you're handling being back in your environment.
It's part of your therapy.
It's part of your therapy, Norman. We don't give a fuck about you, really. We're hoping you relapse.
In the original Halloween, does Loomis drive a Benz like what he's driving? Just the yellow version?
I don't know. It might be.
The Ford station wagon?
No, that's Michael. Loomis is...
it was a BMW.
It was a BMW, right? Okay. Yeah, that's right.
The one that parked in the handicap spot because he disregards
the Benz that he just got out of. Yeah, the blue Benz that he just got out of looked a lot like Loomis's yellow car.
It does. Love how they have little whites or yellow. Although when he's painting here shortly, there's no paint coming off the brush onto the hotel, but
dude, look at his biceps.
Oh yeah, he's ripped.
Dude, he is fucking jacked. Well, skinny jacked.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's slim, so that helps certainly, and he's tall.
Runner physique.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna do my lashes here in the mirror. Just gonna get ready for my date with Norman.
My date.
my lashes. That's what I'm gonna do. I love that though. I love that little glow. That's so good. That's so effective. It's so great. And she's like, "What the fuck?" But she should know though that her mother's up to shit.
80s synthesizers, right, going on?
Yeah, it's great stuff. That house is still there. I went on the Universal Backlot tour when I was in LA 6 years ago, I guess it was now. Can't believe that was 6 years
you
ago.
said you saw the house, right? The Psycho house?
Yeah, it was when my first round at the Voice Arts Awards, we went for a few days, and then my girlfriend and I went to Universal, and we just did the whole tourist thing, and then we went on the Backlot tour and went by this, and it was cool. It's cool to actually be able to see it. You know, they had one in Florida, in Orlando, which was cool, but it wasn't, and that's gone now. It's not there. Mm-hmm. But this is cooler because it's actually the one, you know, not just a replica.
Just imagine going up those steps every day just to get to your house.
I know. No wonder he's jacked. Picks up the car and he turns it over. He's like, "See you later, fucker."
No, but the Dave, the cabins are gone, right? in Hollywood, or are they still there?
The what is gone?
The
Motel.
hotel, the motel, is that still there?
The motel was there when we went by it. Whether it's the same one as this one and the ones they used in 3 and 4, I don't know, but it was there. They always have, as you go by, they always have an actor out there pretending to put a body in the trunk of the whatever the year of the car was that what's her face drove, Janet Leigh drove, whatever the kind of car it was from the original.
Oh, the car that we see in H2O.
Yes, that car. They have a replica of that. I don't know if they still have it, but when we went by, there's a little kind of, they have like the car out the front. They have this actor come out, and as the tram is going by, he's pretending as if he's just finished, putting a body in the trunk, and he slams the trunk and he looks over at the tram and he begins to walk towards the tram. And of course, we take off, and it's cute. Like it's well done.
It's going to be real.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Norman, dear.
Norman.
Come slap me around. No. See, watch this. He's painting the house, but when he starts to get sidetracked and looks to the left, he continues to paint, but there's no paint coming off his brush.
None whatsoever.
None. Look, see? There's no paint. Like you think.
Well, a little bit.
A little bit. But watch this, though. Watch this. Watch in a second here. Here we go. Hang on a sec. Okay. He goes down. Now look. Like a little bit?
Like very little.
But not as much as you'd think. It's not a mistake, folks. It's not a mistake. It's just a.
He didn't properly power wash that old paint off.
That's it. Now, do you think that's supposed to be Vera, or do you think that's supposed to be Mary?
Well, Mary just left, right? But she could have
true.
Came back.
She could have.
Mother.
See, it makes you wonder if he really is trying hard to move on.
And he never loses his sight of that window.
No, he doesn't.
Like to look where he's walking or anything.
Yeah, you can see her in the window there.
I'll get you.
I'll get you, you fucking son of a bitch. Gets really angry. Gets really crazy. He goes, this is great too. Backing up the steps. Great shot. POV up the steps. Cut back. We're a little further up now. It's good.
All right, Dave, Frank, you win the Powerball, and you can build one of the 3 houses: Psycho House, Elm Street House, or Myers House. Which do you build?
Well, I wouldn't build the Myers house because there's a guy in Carolina that's already done that.
Oh, well, whatever. He doesn't own claim to that house.
No, I know. Fair enough.
You could be the Myers house of fucking Canada.
That's true. I could be. I have to close about 6 months of the year, but that's okay. No,
I definitely do Psycho. People probably wouldn't want to come up to your house.
I do probably Psycho or Elm Street. Yeah.
Plenty of room too for your own man cave.
Oh yeah, Psycho would be great because Psycho again. It's that class. Not that Elm Street.
Is Psycho House a Victorian?
Yeah.
And its style is what, Elizabethan? Is that the word I'm thinking of? Is that the decor style? Elizabethan style, like the way the mantle and the fireplaces.
There are homes, as you guys I no doubt have down there as well. Certain parts of where you live, you go to certain towns or certain parts of the city and things like that. You see those.
We
homes.
don't have Victorian houses. We have plantations.
Yes. No. Okay. Fair enough.
That's the difference.
Fair enough. Because you're in the South. True.
But like Connecticut has the Victorian.
Yep, same up here too. Like there are towns I can go to certain parts, even just down the street that have it.
Would you say because there is a difference between an antebellum home and a plantation house. An antebellum home would probably fall more in line with a Victorian house.
Okay. So you can tell that that's a set too, because obviously there was no roof line, and to be that high up to get that shot. They build sets like that on purpose to be able to factor in camera and lighting and things like that.
But I agree. I would first build the Psycho house, and if not, I might do the Elm Street house.
Yeah.
There's something really cool about that Elm Street house.
It's cool. It's cool.
And this is a sound stage.
It is. And then, yeah, it's they actually, the shot looks like they're moving from the left to the right in one shot down towards the, like, it looks like it would be an amazing one shot sort of thing, but it's not, it's masked together.
Hans Gruber, that's actually smart. He said, Powerball Rich, remake Jason's Shack from part 2. That's actually smart because it keeps people away. No one knows if you're rich or not.
70-inch right above the toilet.
How about this? How about this? You guys are going to lose it, okay, when I say this. Powerball Rich. How about this? Build a little community with all the iconic homes.
So you basically buy a shit ton of land and just build all the houses. And that's your neighborhood.
Yes. Build like a neighborhood with all the iconic, the Munsters house, Addams Family, Psycho, Elm Street.
As a horror photographer, that would be a dream.
Yes. 100%.
I want to live there.
Fucking right. That's what I'm doing. A
tricked out Cousin Eddie's RV.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Build the Myers house from Halloween 5 and then let people like throw shit at it and like spray paint,
burn that shit.
Yeah, and burn it. Yeah, every year we have a Burning Man thing, and it happens there. Of course, you just need it once, but look at this guy going for
We're gonna make out, and of course we got to have like a little feel the boob action.
That's
right.
That's right. She's not.
Why would you want to go to a house to do that?
Question though, what's his thumb feeling? Like, you see how his thumb is like caressing like what, her collarbone?
Yeah, it's probably.
It's over her Catholic cross.
That's right.
She has right.
Yeah. Jesus is watching right now.
She's a practicing Catholic.
She is. It's right. I love that. I know. Yeah.
Joni loves Chachi.
I was just gonna say the dude looks like Scott Baio, like a little.
Child's in charge of our.
Hey man, that show was a shit back in the day. Nicole Eggert, are you kidding me? Josie Davis.
It's a big show.
I could see him asking her, "Where do you want to screw?" Oh, the Bates house.
Yeah, in the basement. Who's that? I don't know. Let's stay here, though.
His death is kind of,
That's interesting. And then I think they pan to the right here, and you just see like this massive. Yeah, that looks. I wonder who that really is, because that's not Vera.
It looks like the great mother. It looks like Tilly's, Meg's, Mary, whatever her mom.
No, it does. It does. But
height-wise,
yes, but I don't think it actually is. I mean, it actually is supposed to be. Now, that's actually a man, I think. And the reason why they've done that is because they want you to think it's Norman. So it looks like there's a man, like you just see, glimpses and moments of sort of more of a male body, more of a manly body, to throw the viewer off into thinking, well, this has got to be Norman.
Well, and again, not to repeat it, but that's what I really like about this film.
Correct.
It's a, is it Norman or is it someone else?
That's it.
And they did that very well in this film. Yeah, I would definitely agree that this to the franchise, it's like Halloween 4 or Jaws 2.
Yeah,
it's a really good sequel. And the reason why I think we're saying that is because I think most of us count Halloween and Halloween 2 as one movie.
Yeah, I get you.
What I mean,
and plus the years apart too.
Yes. Yeah, it's impressive. 23 years later, even though it says 22 years on the poster, but my mother, check out the room. It's all back together.
Mommy's room.
Mommy. There's back stairs.
It's crazy that all this is a set and soundstage.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Well, if you did win the Powerball, you got a lot of good reference points here. Just have the freaking designer watch this movie. There's Watch Psycho 2.
Yeah,
that's how I want it made.
And it's so great too. Like when we shot It's Me, Billy, although it's not a set, we didn't shoot on a set. The house was so big that it was like shooting on a set. And
that house was fucking ginormous.
And it gives you the creative control. That's why they shoot on sound stages. Well, one of the reasons why is they have more control over the environment and the lighting and it's just easier to manage. You can shoot at night, and it can be during the day. Doesn't matter. Hello, Norman. Haven't seen you in a fucking while.
He's got that Fred, what's his name? Fred Dalton? Is that the
Yes,
actor?
a little
He's
bit.
kind of.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this cop, the sheriff's got to be quite tall because Anthony Perkins is quite tall, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a tall dude. Wait, Perkins is like what, 6'1", 6'2"?
Something
About that.
like
Yeah, you're right, Tony.
So this guy's got to be like 6'5", 6'4". He's a big dude. He's dead now, by the way. The guy in the sheriff is dead. He died in 2004, I think.
Smoking dope.
Smoking dope.
Smoking dope.
We may be
Around.
slow, but we're not incompetent. Remember that line?
Are you smoking some dope?
Some dope. Are you smoking some dope, Norman? Norman?
Dope and groping.
Doping. Are you groping the doping, Norman? What the fuck is going on here? What is this dialogue?
80s, man.
Mm.
Everything was dope.
Good continuity. The yellow flecks of paint are still in the right place on his shirt. They haven't moved around his shirt. Anthony Perkins as Freddy Krueger back in the day? Ooh, I don't know.
See, the sheriff, I always thought looked like Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream.
He does a little bit.
A little bit.
Gives Norman the elbow.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
He's going to go out there and start dancing with Sapphire.
Yeah. The jackets, the sheriff jackets look a little Haddonfield-ish, don't they?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
Well, all cops and cops or cop actors, whatever, back in the day, they all pretty much look the same in movies.
I think they should have had Boss Hogg in here.
Boss, Bonanza.
Roscoe
No, that's not Bonanza. That's
Pico Train.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep. That's a good
Jackie
old
Gleason.
boy.
Was Jackie Gleason still alive?
In 83? I don't. Jackie Gleason. Hey Google, what year did Jackie Gleason die? Oh, come on.
Jackie Gleason died on June 24th, 1987.
1987. So yeah, he was still alive.
He would have. How old was he when he died?
I don't know. Hey Google.
Ed Norton as Norman Bates.
What year was Jackie Gleason born?
He was born on February 26th, 1916.
1916. So that's what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. He's like 71 when he died, I guess.
Could you have just asked how old was he when he died?
I could have done that, but
Could have done that. Dave took the scenic route to that.
I went the scenic route. I did. I admit I went the scenic
You're not
route.
using all of Google's intellectual.
That's right. That's right.
Here you go. I got an interesting Norman Bates. Bob Saget.
Bob
he went,
Saget.
hell yeah.
Good
Bob
old Danny
Saget.
Tanner.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Yes.
that'd be
A lot of mannerisms though.
Mommy. Yes, mommy.
How does Brindle Bates kill?
Yeah. How?
Is Bates Motel a Netflix series?
I don't know.
I think it was on A&E at one time.
Bates Motel. Where to
Yeah.
watch?
And by the way, the lovely lady here on the left, Vera, that's her real name, I think, right? Vera Mills. She's still alive today. She's 91.
Good for her.
Still alive, 91.
And hated Hollywood.
She did.
And Alfred Hitchcock hated her.
Yeah. Yes, I heard. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. I remember hearing something about that. Vaguely, it rings a bell.
There's Tom Holland, the writer.
That's right.
I was like, what? Spider-Man's in this?
No. Yeah, good old Tom
Like,
Holland.
Also,
I don't even think he was a sperm.
also
when
Fright
this movie
Night.
came out.
His
Yep.
parents were too.
Yep. It's the way it is.
Good old Tom Holland, Fright Night. Yeah, Norman's losing it right here, right?
He is.
He's cracked.
He's cracked, and he doesn't. There's a bit of a struggle. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. I think him and Mary should have
grandmother's
just.
fudge.
I wonder what would have happened because remember in the movie the scene when she wanted to run away with Norman. They're after you, Norman. Come on, we gotta go. You think it's you? Do you remember that? I wonder what would have happened if Norman had said, "Okay," and they left. I wonder if they would have ended up like banging or something. Probably. I think she was kind of falling for him. These are the real props from the first movie, by the way.
Yeah.
All the taxidermy. I think it. Mother, and then you realize as soon as she says, "Oh, mother," you're like, "Oh, so this is what's going down." I love this conversation.
Very good. She's very good.
She is, and it's great exposition, great dialogue that connects the continuity to the first movie. Really nice. He killed your aunt. All that kind of stuff, which is good too.
Family revenge.
Yep.
Damn.
Who cares?
That's right. Who cares? Are you falling for him? Should have just said that. You son of a bitch. Can you imagine Arnold in this movie? Come on. I can't do it now.
No.
Give me your grandmother's fudge.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. There's my mother. She's in the room. Come on. The mother. What are you saying? I can't understand you. Come on. Just like a total recall kind of thing. It's like, oh my God.
You know what the funny thing is, Dave and Tony, that all these characters thinks each one is more crazier than Norman.
That's right.
The sheriff saying everyone is the close second behind him.
Yeah.
Vera telling Meg, you're just as crazy as he is.
Yeah. This is when we're about to get a little
and
side
he's
boob.
The normal one right now.
Well, and it's
boob Norman.
Side boob from Norman. But this is how they play it that way, though. They really make you feel as an audience member a little bit of empathy for Norman. You feel sort of, and he plays that vulnerable, shy, sweet, like you like him, and that's what's so fucked up about it because he's a murderer and a vicious killer.
Dave, Canada has those types of toilets, right, where they have to pull the string. That would have been broke for me. I would have been pulling on it to get up.
We have the wood burning the wood burning toilets actually. Yeah, what you do is you light the fire and then the water goes and it boils the shit. That's right. Now, was that the guy's like hair or something?
I don't know, but Meg said she cleaned up before she came down the basement. Did a terrible job.
Look at this blood.
Who has that much blood?
I don't know what's going on. Somebody feel vulnerable for me, quick.
That toilet went all Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't realize the kid who plays in Finding Neverland and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory plays Norman Bates, the young version, in Bates Motel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's also on that show, The Good Doctor,
I haven't seen
on
that.
ABC.
Is he the good doctor?
I'm like, damn, this kid's already that older. Like,
Come on, Mary. Surprised they haven't had sex yet.
Why would you touch that seat with your bare hands?
That's what I'm thinking. She puts her bare hand on the seat.
this is
Hope you had your
pre-COVID.
Hep
We
B
weren't.
shot.
This is pre-COVID. We weren't worried about.
I mean, you might as well just lick it.
that too.
That too. You might as well just lick it. That too. Might as
That
well.
too. Might
Why
as well.
not? I mean, at this point, really, really.
Sanitation, psh, whatever.
That's right. That's right.
She wipes down her pants and everything.
Yeah,
Little
she's-
DNA.
Oh, yeah. She's wiping all. See, I love that. And then she's like, Norman. And then he comes around again, causing that doubt. Like, what the fuck is going on? It can't be Norman.
Good misdirect.
Yeah. Great lighting here, too. Look at it. Just great set. Great camera angle. Nice wide angle lens there. It's good stuff.
That's what I told Dean to use.
Yeah. That's right.
I mean, I was only 4 years old, but I knew what I was doing. I started taking photography when I was 3.
There you go. Well, you were actually on set. If you
Exactly.
listen to the
I was a
outtakes,
set advisor.
you were. And if you listen to the outtakes, you can hear, and action.
Wide angle, Dean. Wide angle.
Wide angle, Dean, wide angle. Okay, Tony, okay.
We need some leading lines. Leading lines. God, this kid won't shut up.
She's got the gun. Where did you get that?
Cigarette lighter.
Mary's
Yeah.
got a gun.
Mary's got a gun.
Do you remember that song? Janie's got a gun.
I do. Yeah,
Aerosmith.
yeah, it's a good song. This is when she takes the picture off. There's like hummingbirds on the
Mm-hmm.
wall there. It's right. Takes the picture off.
And the score is its own.
It
You know,
is.
They didn't take anything from the original.
Nothing. Which, and I believe the Psycho theme, what you could consider the theme, not that, not that, but the diddlin, diddlin,
Opening
diddlin,
credits,
diddlin,
yeah.
diddlin, diddlin, diddlin. That, I don't think that ever appears in any other Psycho movie apart from the first one. I don't
The,
think it's in,
iconic theme you're
Yeah.
talking about?
yeah. I don't think it's in 3 or 4 either. Well, 4 was a TV movie.
Was it?
Yeah, part 4 was made for TV, and Olivia Hussey
Are they
plays.
good? 2, 3, and 4?
I mean, they're watchable. 4. I think Olivia Hussey plays the mother in
Yep.
4. 4 is like a prequel / sequel,
Okay.
kind of like 2 in 1, sort of.
Which is not canon. Part 4. It's actually something different.
Mm.
So it's not canon to the first 3 films.
No, it was actually supposed to be right after the first one.
Interesting.
They did a Halloween.
Mm.
Oh, so they were retconning shit before retconning became a thing.
Why would
Yep.
why would you do that? It was unnecessary.
When did 4 come out?
90?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point the Halloween franchise timeline was still intact. We just
Yeah,
had
'cause-
that.
Because Perkins died in 92, I think. Norman! Freeze! There's somebody there.
It would have been
Come
better
on,
if Vera was
look
in the
at-
shower.
Arnold
She
Arnold
saw-
punches the wall or the hole through the wall. Yeah.
She saw Vera in the shower, her mother.
Her mother's having a shower. She's and taking her time, like just having the shower, like as if it's her place, as if nobody could walk in at any moment.
If he did it to me.
Yeah, that's right. You see her side boob.
Oh. Side knee.
Side knee. Side knee. Look at that side knee.
And Norman was very upset or kind of brokenhearted that she has the gun. It's like, you don't trust me.
That's it.
You know,
That's it. You don't trust me, do you?
that's why you have your
Get the
little
butcher
Derringer.
knife.
No, he's got his toy.
He does.
See, she can miss with the gun, but Norman's 6 for 6 with that knife.
Yes, he is. Yeah. They actually were going to bring, or they thought about, at the very least, I believe, Frank, you can correct me if I'm wrong, bring Meg Tilly's character back because it wasn't defined whether she died or not, really.
Yes.
I think they actually even had a scene that they cut or something where you see her in the hospital or on the stretcher or something like that.
Yep, you're right, Dave.
But they didn't bring her back.
Was it like
it wouldn't have worked?
Was it like an Amy Steele thing with Friday 3 or
kind
something?
of like that? Yeah.
Okay. Norman.
So is Meg Tilly? Well, no, I guess she's not really a final girl. Her arc isn't really what a final girl's arc is.
No,
because she's ahead of the curve. She
knows what's going on.
She knows what's going on. She's responsible for it. Yeah, so she's not.
And in Psycho, Dave and Tony, there's really not really any survivors from his assault, like stabbing victims. There's usually just witnesses that survived before he was able to get to him.
True.
That's true. Yeah, that's a very good point.
So if she was, let's say, alive in a hospital and survived whatever, it would have just ruined the whole formula of Psycho.
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't say that, Norman. I wonder if by this point they're feeling a lot of animosity. And really what they're thinking when they look at each other is, I can't fucking stand you. Look at him, he's like, I can't fucking stand you.
She probably wasn't even there.
I'm gonna walk off.
Maybe.
Unless you leave.
When they were filming these scenes, they probably weren't even in the same room with each other.
Yeah, the close-ups. They're like, I'm not. I didn't get the sense there was any toxicity. I just think they just didn't get along.
Well,
kind of like Jack and Shelley Duvall on Shining. They didn't get along at all.
Oh yeah. Well, and plus Anthony's a professional.
Yeah,
you know he's. I'll keep my knife here.
Yeah.
Arm's reach. Damn it.
You cannot leave this room.
You cannot leave the room. Yeah. Sylvester Stallone.
See,
as
the only reason why you can tell it's on a set is you see the drop shadow behind Anthony Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
You would never have that in an actual bedroom. That heavy of a drop shadow behind you. You got to have some serious studio lighting going on for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there's only lighting from the window, right?
That's right.
I don't see any lamps or
there's something above because
above
to create to create a drop shadow like that behind him, you got to have a light source that's coming up above.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how I got a little bit of a drop shadow underneath my chin here from my light right up there.
Yep.
I can't see my chin.
No, you got a ZZ Top beard.
Prospector.
Now, what was he going to do here? Was he going to kill her? Was he thinking about it? He looks like he's thinking about it. And look, I love the way he's holding the knife too. It's all like awkward and
like
strange
he's praying to the knife gods.
Yeah, well, like he's holding it like this, like he doesn't, like he's not, like almost like he's not. Yeah, like almost like he's not capable of that kind of violence. He's just kind of just holding it, like, you know. Do you fear somebody who holds a knife like this? You know what I mean? Like, it's great. It's those little details in his performance that make you resonate. You know, you're almost in a way. He's a likable villain. Well, he turns around fast, and now he's holding it. You see how he's holding it now?
Yes. Look at his
much
eyes.
Different. Yep, much different. Look at his face there. Like it is a night and day. That's a scary looking man right there. He hasn't looked that scary at any point in this entire movie until right there.
Or
tell me what I want to hear.
That's right. That's right. Like he just turns around fast and he's gripping, just the look on his face. It's frightening. And with the lighting and everything, it's great. Now he goes back to being vulnerable, Norman.
This is Dave and Tony. This is the scene where they didn't get along. This particular scene, he felt that she wasn't putting her all in.
Maybe he felt that she wasn't putting all her boob in. Maybe there's.
Maybe he wanted to tap it, and she was like, "No." I
don't know. Didn't he say you smell good? You smell like sandwiches or something, or the diner?
Toasted cheese sandwiches. It's a type of perfume.
What? Guys, advice in the chat room: never say that your significant other smells like toasted cheese sandwiches.
I'm totally gonna say that one day. You smell like toasted cheese sandwiches.
Just get a perfume.
Just want to gobble you up.
The new toasted cheese sandwich.
And that's going to lead me to saying your tits are too stupendous.
Stupendous. I think there should be an Arnold Schwarzenegger cologne called and that's the advertising of it. So it's like the all new from Chanel.
Stallone's just called Yo.
Yo. Yeah, like look how much drop off there is on the ceiling too, right? How much it's great. Yeah. It looks so cool. What a great shot that was. He's still not completed the yellow of the thing, I think. Here comes his doctor again. I think this is his doctor's about, the black turtleneck. I'm going to start dressing in black turtlenecks.
You should.
Well, Steve Jobs did it and it worked for him. So
totally. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Jobs did that intentionally.
He went all psycho.
He went all psycho.
Maybe.
Maybe there's layers there that nobody figured out back in the day.
That it
because he really did. He went straight for the. Once he went to the turtleneck, he never went back.
He never went back.
Doctor, you want some of my specialty?
That's right. Norman, how you feeling in this shithole?
So how you doing in this dump?
Yeah, you doing in this dump? You son of a bitch.
Norman, can I have some of those Lay's potato chips behind you?
Lay's.
You want another roommate, Norman?
This movie is
just rubs his shoulders.
What
you cooking, Norman?
He rubs his shoulders.
Sponsorships going on here. We got Lay's, we got Lipton.
Yeah.
Is that Smuckers he's got in his hand?
Smuckers, maybe. Could be.
No, that's the instant coffee.
Oh, it's the instant coffee?
Oh, yes.
Maxwell House.
And then, of course, he's got his peanut butter out.
He's got his... That's a euphemism for something else.
It's a lot of peanut butter action going on in this movie. A lot of
peanut butter in this. He's got his peanut butter out. Whoa, Norman! Whoa!
The
Norman,
pants are the same color as the peanut butter.
That's it. I'm not that kind of. Now, did my battery in this light die already? Holy shit, it did. That's weird. Maybe I got to get new batteries.
Stare in your eyes, Norman.
Stormin' Norman. Oh, this battery's gonna go out too. That's hilarious. I guess I didn't charge them up as much as I thought I did. The light behind me is gonna go out too in a minute. That's all right. Norman. Can you imagine Christopher? Hello, I'm doing fine. Would you like a peanut butter sandwich?
All right, I'm gonna kill you, Doc.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's shutting the door. Had enough of your shit, Norman. Look at the way he's looking at him, all endearing.
A lot of shirt opens in this movie, right?
There's a lot of open male masculinity.
It's period, because you got to remember, like in the 70s, that was popular, and even in the early 80s, it was beginning. We hadn't totally gotten out of that style and look. There was still lingering that like 70s style in the early 80s.
That's it.
And after this movie, Robert Loggia would go on to sell cocaine.
That's right. In
it's a hell of a drug.
In fucking
Scarface.
Thank you. I wanted to say Sasquatch.
Another Cuerno.
Hey, old fucker!
We need to do Scarface one night.
I swear there's a couple of moments in that movie where I'm like, what the fuck did he say? Because all I hear is, oh, fuck! And I'm like, what was that? It's great. I love it. I love this. I was not. Now you're starting to go, wait a minute. Where is there because now you're starting to think, is there a third person that also isn't Norman? Do you know what I mean?
Like the old woman at the end?
Right. Because you're kind of like, wait a minute here. Because you kind of believe Vera here and you believe Mary and you're like, well, is it Norman or is there somebody else?
Actually, one of your parents saying, I want you to get so close to death, but don't worry about it. I'll have the cops there before you're in danger.
Well, her mother is obsessed that she's not even thinking about her own child's safety.
Well, it's like your concept, Dave, for the Halloween sequel with Laurie using the Judith lookalike.
Right. That's right. Yeah, it's bait.
Huh? Wait, I missed that.
Oh, my sequel concept idea. It's in a video I posted.
Like
online.
what? Direct sequel to the original Halloween?
No. The sequel concept to the 2018 film. I posted in the summer of 2019. I love how they lift this up here, and this is Norman's ma. It's your mother.
This is a very famous corpse, if you want to call it that.
It's true if you think about it.
Prop.
If you think about it, it is.
No, because this corpse was in another movie.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Poltergeist?
Is that the original corpse from the original film?
It's actually one from Poltergeist coming out of the pool.
Well, wait a second. I thought they used real.
That's the rumor, right? That they always
It's
use
the
real.
Rumor. Everybody's there's people that
it's too
die
expensive
on a hill
to build
for
them.
it, but
You might as well just buy them.
I tend to not really buy into that. There is I understand there's people that say that and there's but
Oh, she's cute.
yeah, she's hot.
Yeah.
There should have been some worms in there somewhere, right?
Yeah, I should have had a little too clean.
That's going to be all of our final selfie.
Sucks. I'm getting
One day.
Yeah.
One day. Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, I think I'm just going to get cremated. I don't want to be looking like that. Someone dig me up. Either that or I'll just in my will bury me in this house so that they find me one day.
Yeah.
That's my final scare.
Should be. I mean, Mary essentially has a change of heart. And now she's trying to sort of save Norman, I guess, or whatever. But it's like, why don't you just come clean? Like, if you really had you'd come clean, say, my mother and I were doing this and doing that, and it's all awful. And I mean, she does kind of at the end, but you think you'd do it right away.
Yeah, Darren, how dare you, sir?
Yeah, Darren.
It's
How
Prince
dare
Philip.
you.
The corpse is Prince Philip. That's your prince.
Oh my
That's
God.
your dude.
That is fantastic. Where's my little oh God, I don't even where is it? Da 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 da. It's so good. There we go. A little late, but there it is.
Better late than never.
It's Prince Philip. That's great.
Even Hans is disgusted by it.
I'm laughing. I think it's great.
Did he go the same day as DMX or day after?
DMX, Prince Philip.
They mix them up at the viewing.
Yeah.
The death at a funeral.
That's fucking great. Oh, there goes my other light. That'd be funny. I gotta say though, Prince Philip has looked rough for quite a while.
Actually, the grave thing looked better than Prince Philip.
Yeah, he's looked pretty rough.
Yes, mother.
Yes, mother. She's staring
Yes,
at his
mother.
ass. I think she was staring at his ass. His pants
Do
are
it.
blending in with the floor.
Oh yeah, they did have a nice little keister there, right? When he went up the first steps in the first one.
And you know what's interesting though, and I mean this in actually sincerity. Now again, I don't know if they thought this deep, but I do know that, writers, directors, they can think like this when you're thinking of wardrobe and how it relates. His beige pants, the house is very beige. He's in black. It's very much like he's a part of the house. Like he's an ornament in the house. He's not wearing anything bright colored or white collared shirt or a pair of jeans. He was. I mean, we did kind of see him in that earlier, but he's as we see his transition, we see sort of his clothing almost transition too, back to what he had years ago, sort of. The way he's looking at her.
That's okay. You're hot. You could stay. I don't care if you're trying to drive me crazy.
I know. It's all right. You can stay. I mean, Norman, this is your opportunity.
Get it, boy.
I mean,
Well, we're gonna have to sleep with each other, man. If you really are sorry.
Well, that's right. I mean, if he's been out 22 years in prison, I mean, he's probably. I don't think he had any
See the
conjugal visits.
creep looking in the background.
I was gonna say, am I seeing something, or is there someone creeping back there?
Yeah.
No, that's the one of the deputies, I think.
Yeah.
It's Deputy Hunt.
Cool.
Deputy Hunt.
Deputy Hunt.
It's Deputy Hunt. Yeah.
Deputy Logan.
This is what he did. He got a job. Well, he left Haddonfield and he went and he got this job a few years later.
Norma, come on down. We want you to identify another corpse.
Sound like you said Norma. Maybe his mother's name is Norma. Norman and Norma. Ooh.
What was his mom's name? Somebody in the chat room's gonna get it.
Somebody's gonna get it. Yeah, somebody's gonna get it. The old rotary phone. I got a message from somebody a little while ago. I think this is maybe after the first teaser for It's Me, Billy was released. And they were like, obviously it was a troll, but it was, they were like, oh, your movie's going to fucking suck. Nobody uses rotary phones anymore. And I'm like, it's going to make sense when you see the movie. Yeah, it's going to make sense. When you see the movie, you'll understand why she's on a rotary phone. It's not her rotary phone, you idiot.
I wonder if that was the same person that reached out to me because I had said I was going to set my Friday fan film in the 80s because I could get away with that because of where the camp is located.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to be and I got that old school gas station that's near the camp. So I was able to actually use everything to make it look like in the 80s. Like, man, it's going to suck. It's not the 80s anymore.
The
You're
chat's saying
suck.
it is Norma. Okay.
Oh, her mom's name is Norma?
It is Norma? It is Norma.
Norma.
So I was, maybe that's subconsciously, I had that. Norma and Norman?
And normal. And his brother, non-normal.
Norma Bates. Norma. His brother, Normal. And his father, Norman Sr. I don't know.
Jim.
Yeah, Kevin.
Just Jim.
Kevin.
That looks like Kevin Bacon standing behind the cop with his freaking sunglasses, doesn't it?
It does look like
Without the
Kevin
boner.
Bacon. He's got maybe it
Kevin
is.
Bacon cameo in it.
Maybe Kevin. Yeah, that's Kevin Bacon's cameo. He's got a straw hat on too. It looks like a straw hat.
I mean, just like with the straw hat and he's got the Kevin Bacon jawline going.
Yeah.
Now this town is so small. They basically ask for volunteers, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like really no cops. There's like a few officers.
We have a lot of towns like that here in Georgia.
Yeah. Well, and even where the Bates Motel was, I mean, when you think back to the original movie, it was off the highway down some little road, like
off the beaten path.
Yeah, like it's not even in a town. I mean,
well, I think
obviously
it's
there's
set in California, right? Because when they're at the hearing at the beginning, I did see the Californian Republic flag in the background.
Yeah, she leaves in the original movie. She leaves California for. Does she enter Nevada or does she stay in California? I can't remember. It does take place out there, but where the actual
New Mexico?
No,
New Mexico?
No, I don't think it's Mexico. It's not Mexico.
He said no, New Mexico.
New Mexico. It's in Mexico. It's in Mexico. No, it's in Belize. Actually, is where the movie takes place.
Rome don't look like that. The Vatican doesn't look like that.
Vatican. Oh God.
Honestly, if I were to bring this franchise back, I would almost look for a no name because the shoes are so big to fill for Norman Bates.
Oh yeah.
You'd almost want to find someone who hasn't really established himself as, and make it his own. Make the character not try to do what Perkins did. If I were to remake it or do my own Psycho.
Well, who was playing him in the Bates Motel?
That kid from Finding Neverland and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp's boy there that he likes.
I'd have to see him. I don't know off the top of my head.
I said his name earlier. The hell.
Oh, he's watching.
He was in a movie called August Rush.
Freddie Highmore is his name.
Let me look this up. Mm-hmm. And how did he do?
I love this part. Oh, he did good.
I haven't seen it. Oh, this is when this chick gets it.
Oh,
yeah.
this is.
He kind of looks like
she,
a Norman Bates.
She hated this scene,
Yeah, she did.
but it's. I think it's a great scene, a great kill.
Now, again, who does the killing? Is it Norman or is it someone else?
Well, I think this is Norman. I think. But you're right. But it almost feels, it's a great kill, but it almost feels blasphemous because of the era for which she comes from, the actress. You know, like, this is how we're going to kill this woman. Now, do you think... Oh! Oh, man!
That might be the best kill in all of Psycho that I've seen so far. Well, outside of the iconic Janet Leigh shower kill, but as far as like,
gave her a blowhole.
That's
in the sense of the slasher genre, that's probably my favorite kill. Removing Janet Leigh's iconic kill. Because the other one in Psycho, the original was the dude who falls backwards on the staircase, like the vertigo effect. And then who else dies in that? Is it just those two?
I think those are the only two victims. Yeah.
But yeah, I think
the kills in this are solid. They really are.
Well, his death is great. I got you, and then it's her that stabs him, and
Oh, he goes tumbling over the fucking.
But man, to be able to actually what luck to hit the railing and have the railing impale the knife even further. I mean, that's just bad luck right there. That's just bad luck.
And a lot of people say there's the part at the end which is more cringeworthy as a wound, just because it's dealing with the hands.
Yeah.
Yes. And though, what's funny is that when Norman hits what's her face with the shovel, it literally is fucking hilarious, because it literally looks like he hits her with the shovel, because there's a cut as soon as he hits her, but as he's hitting her, like
he swings at her like Barry Bonds was juicing back in the fucking day, man.
But what's funny is that there's no, like, the old lady is sitting there, and you watch it. The old lady is sitting there. He swings and hits her. Like, ordinarily there'd be a cut like on the hit, so they switch it to the stunt double or change the angle. So obviously, he fucking hits the woman, and then there's a cut right after it as she falls to the ground. But I mean, obviously, she wasn't injured. Obviously, it was a foam shovel or something.
She's method, Dave. Come on.
Hit me. Just hit me. Hit me on the fucking head. Will you? Do it, Tony. Just do it.
Hit me harder.
Dead in 5 years anyway.
It's true. Hans Gruber says, imagine that one in 1960. Can you imagine that death of Vera in 1960? Oh my God. Oh my God. The Jesus. But that goes to show you how far they came in just 22 years. I mean, like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, by then you had movies like, Chainsaw Massacre didn't have really much blood in it, except one scene, very little.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but
Halloween didn't have any blood.
No, but you had more of the you look at The Exorcist.
Really,
right?
like The Exorcist, yeah. Friday the 13th had already come out, so you were starting to get into a little bit more. Man, but just think about that run. You think about it. 78, you have Halloween.
Yeah.
80, you have Friday the 13th. 81 or 82 was part 2 for Friday the 13th.
81 was part 2. 82 was part 3, and then 84 was part 4.
And then, but in all that, you get Psycho in 83. Nightmare on Elm Street comes out in 84. Like, dude, you're on a fucking run right now with these movies.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was a teenager.
Same
back
shot
then.
at the end of the first one.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad we're only in our 40s right now, because there's the hindsight. We'd be a lot older right now. But
that's true.
To be a teenager during this run, are you fucking kidding me?
It would have been wild. Imagine if this is how the movie opened. Psycho 2, they opened it like this. That'd be interesting. What are you still doing here, you cute little thing, you?
Just lock yourself in my car.
He says, just go lock yourself in my car. I'll be there in a minute. Open there, trunk there, you little fucking son of a bitch. Oh, God. Oh, he had that cloth all ready to go. This is when she comes in. Yeah, it's like, Norman, come on, we have to go. And he's like, why? Mm-hmm. They'd find me anyway. I wonder what would have happened if he would have gone. They could have run off together, had a bit of a Thelma and Louise. He could have had sex with her. He doesn't know. Norman, this is your chance. God damn.
Why do you think he wants her around? Just to keep him from going nuts, or
I don't know.
You think he needs someone so he's not alone in that house?
Maybe. Well, he's socially awkward. Who knows if he's even ever had sex, right? I mean,
why her? Why not? Oh, Doc, why don't you stay for a little bit?
Yeah, it's true. Well, he clearly has infatuation with women, but I mean, it's possible that he could be a virgin. I mean, they don't explore that obviously because it's not that, deep of a movie, but looking at it realistically, Norman Bates could be a virgin. It's entirely possible. He's socially awkward. He's strange. He's weird. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, right now he could be enjoying the hell out of this, but he doesn't really know what to do. He's a mama's boy. He's been coddled. He's been babied. He's been, and that can have a huge effect on a man. And their confidence and their their social cohesion in terms of how they interact with people. And, I mean, he's extraordinarily awkward. Who knows? You're going to have a boner this entire movie, but you just wouldn't know it. Look at this guy. Come on, Norman. I put you back there. Why haven't you killed anybody yet?
Hello, Father.
How can you imagine that's his dad? Or he thinks it's his dad. We have the brunette. Where's the blonde? Suzanne Summers comes in and says, Chrissy.
This is why I concluded I think he was fucking nuts the whole time and he just faked everybody out.
Oh, maybe. It's entirely possible. This could also be the residual effects of what they've done to him. But he was doing it earlier in the movie. So to your point, it's entirely possible. Or maybe, are you saying that he was actually playing them the whole time?
He was playing them the whole time. Yeah. I think that's how I'm interpreting it, is that he played them the whole time.
It's possible.
He's still fucking nuts.
Couldn't kill her.
I love that too. Nice leading line down to her. It's a cool visual.
Yeah.
That was my idea. I gave it to Cundy to do.
Yeah.
Cundy, get the leading line. Somebody shut this kid up.
Who the fuck is this kid?
Who let him in?
She's gonna dress up like Norman, Norma. Norman's mother, Norma. This is a great shot. I love this shot. Tracking over to the
coal.
The coal.
No cutaways ever. Like no cuts, like you said in this movie.
Yeah.
No, there really isn't.
Track over and then look at that. That's a great shot. That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine seeing that go down to the basement? Fuck. Mom, are you okay?
Just pokes her.
Yeah. It's a great shot too, seeing him in the mirror.
I like the reflection of him off the mirror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Norman, it's me, your mother. I'm standing here.
Shut up. I'm talking to Mother.
That's right. It would have been funny if she actually takes the phone and you hear, "Hello, dear.
What are you doing wearing my dress?
What are you doing wearing my dress?" Oh my God. Is that you, Norma? Yes.
Here's your next video, Dave, pretending to be, Mrs. Bates while just filming, a scene like this, just doing a voiceover.
You should do Mrs. Bates having a conversation with Trump.
Remember when I did that voiceover for It Chapter 2?
Yeah.
Hello, dear. Look at them, Beverly. Look at them. Fuck. Oh my God. I don't know what made me think to do that, but here it comes. He's gonna die. We got some genuine tears coming down here. That's some good stuff. Norman.
I don't know what their beef was, but I don't think she phoned it in at all.
No, she didn't. No, she was great. She was great. Oh, and over the. Oh, man.
I mean, that's just dumb luck. That really is just dumb luck.
That's what I said earlier. Like, I mean, they just going right into the. Oh, it just sucks. Sucks. I love how he puts. Oh my God.
He's going on Macaulay Culkin Home Alone.
Yeah, like he actually gives a shit. I know what's happening. I could totally see Harrison Ford doing this kind of spiel right here. I don't know what's going on. It's me, Norman. Just pulls it right out of him. Oh, she got him. Ooh, he's bleeding. The climax has begun. Ooh, she's like poking him hard. Didn't sound right.
Hans.
Ooh.
Oh.
Right through the. Oh.
We all felt what a paper cut feels like.
Yep. That would have hurt. How did they get into the basement? I thought they were going down the stairs from the top floor. No, I guess they were going down the stairs from the main floor. Okay. Oh, look at all this fake coal. I love that. Look at her face. How did she end up looking like that in just a couple hours? Looks like she's been down there for.
She wouldn't have decayed that quickly.
No, she wouldn't have. She wouldn't have. It looks like she's been down there for like a few weeks.
And he's just surprised as she is.
Yes. Freeze! Ow! And the old 80s turn.
That's right.
Yeah. She's done.
Such a great decade for movies.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We'll never see shit like this again.
No.
Now, if that was Arnold as Norman, the knife would have just bent.
Come on, stop. Oh, you gotta stop. Stop. You gotta have your little debrief of exposition here in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the first one.
And this movie did pretty good at the box office. It was number 2 opening weekend.
Yeah, what was it behind?
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh shit!
Empire Strikes Back. But that was 80. No,
damn.
you mean Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's right. I was just gonna say Empire was 80, so Return of the Jedi.
That's tough. I would have, if I were who released Psycho 2? Who was the company?
Universal.
I would not have gone up against Return of the Jedi. I would have moved this out. You could have been the number 1 movie if you weren't going up against that. That was a bad mistake, especially because you're talking about the end of a trilogy that everybody was looking forward to. You know.
Yep.
They should have took Perkins' advice and fired Megan and reshot everything again.
And just wait. I mean, I like the actress, but yeah, they really could have put anybody in that role.
They could have.
And reshot it, and it would have been fine. But yeah, that wasn't. I don't know.
John
why
Candy
they
in a
did
dress
that.
would have been great.
Sorry, folks. Bates Motel is closed.
Sorry, folks.
My mother outside should have told you.
That's my mother.
Mother outside.
That's good. I like that. That's good, Frank. That was good. That was good. That was good. John Hunt. I'm telling you, I was right. It's Mr. Of course, he's a lot older here, but.
Get
her done.
Get out.
Is he bandaged up on his torso? I would hope so. He doesn't look as short there. Maybe he was standing off.
That was a camera angle, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's home. He's back. I'd feel so upset. I'd be like,
and again, this ending, I did not see fucking coming. Like,
yeah, I know. It's great.
Did not see it coming at all.
It's so
which
great.
was great, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool because the original Psycho has such a shocking beginning for its time, you know,
right.
with Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
And in this, you know, to be able to duplicate that, but at the end and give you a shocking moment, I was like, damn, that's good.
Oh, yeah. I would have sensed or felt a sense of sadness. I would have been like, oh, you know, the cute girl's gone. Oh, well.
picturing Michael
fucking
standing up at
sucks
the top of the stairs looking down at Norman.
You can picture anybody at the top of the stairs. You can picture fucking like skeleton. I don't know. Michael Myers. Yeah,
Fear
this
is
is
still
Michael
in the
Myers.
coal.
Yeah.
She's still there.
Would she be? I mean, I guess not. But
No, they took her.
Yeah, they took her away, and that was a brutal death, though. That was a brutal death, for sure. Well, I guess better put some of this fake coal in the fireplace, the furnace.
Mizzy
He pulls out Freddy's glove. That's the introduction to Freddy.
Yeah. Mizzy E in the chat is making me think, what if the Bates Motel was a motel that the Griswold stopped on its way to Wally World?
Could have been.
Could have been. I could see
What would
that.
Clark do? Roll him up.
Or what if the Bates Motel was the hotel or the motel?
He would
excuse me.
stand outside his what's the family truckster while Lindsey Buchanan's song was playing.
That's right. Holiday Road. Or what if the Bates
and
Motel?
Christy Brinkley drives by.
What if the Bates Motel was the motel that the family in Poltergeist went to at the end of the movie?
Oh, little crossover Poltergeist.
There you go.
They had the corpse. Might as well.
Yeah. Look at him all alone eating his little sandwich. He's such a socially awkward.
Not an extra place setting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wish you.
See, when this started to happen, I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
Right. Like, who's this? What the fuck's happening?
That's what I was saying. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now, was she telling the truth? She actually is his real mother? Or was she?
I don't know.
It's revealed in part 3.
Okay.
Well, don't
right.
tell me then, because I'm gonna watch 3 at some point.
Because I haven't. I've seen part 3 a number of times, but I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while, so I got to watch part 3.
I haven't seen it yet.
I was just having peanut butter and jelly again. Would you like one?
Yeah. Would you like one? I mean, listen. You go from Meg Tilly. You see what you did, and then sometimes you got to go with door number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you got to go with your first instinct. And when you're thinking I should go with door number 1, you go with door number 1. He went from a new car to dishes.
Lifetime supply of Drano.
That's right. A new car and a trip to the Bahamas to a life supply of Drano.
Come on, Dave. There is experience.
Well, that is true. That is true. That is true. There's a load of experience here. That is true. Yeah, she doesn't seem. I love this. Is Eric? Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's coming. Now again, watch. They don't cut. They cut as soon as he hits her, like very shortly after he hits her. But you actually see her, what looks like her in the frame, get hit with the shovel.
Probably it was a stunt double.
It looks like her, man.
Taking the shot.
It looks like her taking the shot.
He hits her so hard, her hair just poofs right out.
It does. It does. It does. Well, the shovel is just like leaning against the thing there.
And this goes to prove that, what Mrs. Spool's talking about is that his mental illness is inherited.
See how she looks at the camera there for a moment? She breaks the fourth wall just for a brief second. But you're right. It's inherited. For sure it is. Almost like she's winking to the audience. Like she's, yeah.
Shut up, bitch, and drink your tea.
Yep, drink your tea. Here it comes. Now let's see if it's the actress. Look at him. He's like, you fucking son. He's
just
pissed.
drink it.
He's fucking pissed. He's getting livid.
Like, you fucking lying,
he's like, I got a life supply of Drano. The fuck? Here it comes. Oh, man. Here it comes. Okay, now look. That's the actress, right? That's the actress? Now watch this. Watch. You see what I'm talking about?
Dude, he teed off on her, man.
That's literally the same woman.
If she took the shot, man, good on her.
She took it like a champ. Oh my God. I love this. Like he's back. He's fully back here. Like this is the moment when you know that back. Norman Bates is back. Yep. You know what I mean?
When I saw this with my father, that part with the shovel, After that, he said, and she's out of here.
It's like, holy crap. Now, this isn't actually her. It's a dummy. You can tell.
Those legs are just
those legs are just limp. They're just hanging there. You can tell there's no kneecap and everything.
And he's carrying her like very fluid. Like that's not
right.
easy to do.
No, it's not.
Dead weight like that.
But you know,
drops her down the steps by accident.
Practical effect. It's convincing. Like I'm like, sure. I buy it. I buy it, sure. But yeah, no, that was totally her that fucking took it like a champ. Holy, and then it cuts. But I'm telling you, I'm like, damn, that looks like she took it. Holy fuck.
There's a guy on YouTube that has looped that one hit for 10 minutes. it's just all ding, ding, ding,
ding for 10 minutes. Oh, that's great. It's great. It's got to be my alarm in the morning. Ding, ding. Yes, Norman.
Mother loves you.
Mother loves you.
Mother loves you.
Are you supposed to live on hope?
That's right. That's right. I love that. That's a great line.
I mean, I know it's a matte paint and everything, but it's such a great shot.
This is a great shot.
Yeah. I love it with Mother standing in the window and
slight tilt of the camera.
Yeah, and the way he looks, just kind of like he's posing, like he's fucking Superman.
Like he's posing, like I'm home, bitch.
Yeah. If you look carefully, you can actually see the clouds going through his legs.
Yes. Yep.
Which obviously is it's not
great comeback
composited properly, but great stuff. Great
Psycho 2.
Great stuff. That was Psycho 2, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, are you able to stick around for a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right.
Because I know you got a lot of super chats that you got to catch up on.
Yes, I got to catch up on these super chats. Psycho 2, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Were you watching it for the first time? Let's go over to the super chats and see. Oh, God, naturally, that fucking thing did that again. Let's go to, one second here, gentlemen. Let me just go to the studio and get these super chats. Super chats. Here we are. And let's go down to, not too many, but a few of them. Okay. Jamie Visha sends in $5 and says, "Happy Monday, guys. Just wondering if anyone has read the novel Psycho or the novels for the sequels. I have not. Gentlemen, have you?"
No. Mm-hmm.
There you go. None of us have.
But the sequel novel actually has him breaking out of the sanitarium to stop a movie about him.
Oh, interesting.
Which I think this would have been this one's a whole lot better,
right?
Than just him escaping, via Michael Myers to stop a movie being filmed.
I gotcha. Yep. No, agree. Bud Gumperson sends in $5.55.
I love that name, Bud Gumperson.
It's a great name. Frank, how did you originally find
Bud Gumperson signing off?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Bud Gumperson. Frank, how did you originally find and start watching Dave and Tony? Then, how did you end up becoming a moderator on many different channels?
I found Dave when
at Halloween a CD bar.
He slipped me a note.
In study hall.
He was doing a whole bunch when Halloween 2018 came out. I was looking for, content and reaction videos and reviews about the trailer coming out. And I found Dave, and I thought Dave was very honest with his review, and just kept on following him, realizing that this guy was, into the same movies I was. And then he met up with Tony, and
pretty much the same way.
Yeah, pretty much the same way. And I'd never asked to be a moderator. I'm only on 2 channels, and it fits my schedule. I've been asked a couple times, but I've declined a lot. Well, it has to be a channel I agree with too, and actually like.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what's cool is that actually, for those of you that don't know, Frank was the first moderator on my channel out of the 4 that we have, and 4 or 5. And Well, Tony's a moderator as well, as is Cecil Laird, but they're not modding the channels on the regular basis. I'm talking about the four that are sort of the
core four.
That's right. But Frank was the first one, and also Frank's nickname, Frank the Tank, is because of Tony. That Tony started calling Frank that just as a fun kind of thing, and it stuck. And it was also Tony's idea to make Frank a moderator on the channel. So
I remember that. Was it?
It was.
I called him Frank the Tank because of Old School, because he was saying stuff that just reminded me of
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. You know, Will Ferrell from Old School. If you guys haven't seen it, great movie. Go definitely check it out. I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan, but that was a good movie.
Yeah. And so because the channel was growing and we were having some trouble with Devontae and a few other, you know, and we needed a moderator. So we started with Frank, and Tony was like, you know, why don't we make Frank? Cause he, you know, he's in here all the time and he's very active and, you know, he's committed to the channel. Like he's going to be there, you know? And I was like, that's not a bad idea. So, so I reached out and Frank said, yeah, let's do it. So, and then,
Let's do it. Come on.
Let's do it. Come on. Okay. It's Reedman 77 says, 99. Oh, wait a minute. Gary Wrangle, excuse me, sends in $2, says, for Frank, Dave, and Tony, love this chat room. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. Dreedmem 77 sends in $9.99. Thank you, buddy. Says, when do you think Universal will make a decision on how they plan to distribute Halloween Kills? Do you think it may be a hybrid release like Kong versus Godzilla? Well, I think the decision is, I don't know.
And they're going to Peacock, right? If that happens.
I don't know, but likely because it's a Universal distributed film. And so it's not going to end up on HBO Max. It could end up on like Prime or something like that if Amazon bought, you know, the distribution rights. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think if as far as I know, Peacock is the Universal, you know, Netflix. So that's where it would go, I would imagine. And I think it would be stupid not to put it there. Now, it could just go to PVOD where you can just, you know, rent it wherever, but which is also possible. But at this moment in time, I mean, like I said, I was hearing several months ago that they were seriously considering the streaming option. Now, whether that means in you know, conjunction with the box office, I don't know. I haven't talked to the source that I speak to out in LA that keeps me updated on that stuff since then, or about that since then anyway. And so I'd have to see if there's any latest, but he told me that 2 weeks, and I told you guys that, and then 2 weeks later, John Carpenter came out and said that.
Yeah,
so
a lot can happen between now and October too, you know?
100%. But I think look, ideally they want to release it in the movie theater. That's where it makes the most money. If we're still where we are right now in October, then there's a high probability that it will go to both. You know, it depends. I don't know. I mean, right now we're in the middle of another lockdown here in Ontario, and like everything is shut down. There's a stay-at-home order. Don't leave your place unless you want to, you know, for food or, you know, whatever. So who knows what's going to happen? It's crazy.
I'm feeling for you guys, man, because we ain't on shit. It's pretty much normal down here, with the exception of you have to wear a mask in grocery stores, and I don't have to wear a mask in the gym, which is fucking great. Yeah,
that would be hard.
That's I'm trying to think. Other than that, my pizza shop, no mask. It's really just the grocery stores and like Target and the malls. Like those are the only places you see people wearing masks now. Like even like restaurants, they're not really. I mean, they're doing masks inside only like at the entryway, but once you get seated, your mask is off. So yeah, it's kind of it's normal-ish. Like even the movie theaters are beginning to open up. Like this past week, like Kong and Godzilla is playing in the movie theaters down here and whatnot. So we're getting back to some normalcy.
There's nothing open here. Like we're in a full-on lockdown right now.
Why? Like what the fuck? Like I don't get it.
But Universal, but that's what I think. I think it's. Do I think they made a decision? No, I don't think they have.
And Universal has never released on streaming first.
No, they haven't. And their streaming service, Peacock, is arguably not a huge competitor at the moment. Now, that doesn't mean it won't be. I think they've got the Friends reunion. I don't know if that's going to Peacock or not. I mean,
No, that would be going to HBO Max because HBO's got Friends and they got the right to Friends.
Oh, I thought NBC had Friends.
Well, NBC does, but HBO Max made the deal with NBC to get the rights to Friends to show only on HBO Max. So if that does go to streaming, that would probably go to HBO Max. Okay. HBO Max would be pissed if they didn't get the Friends reunion.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, but I think it's still too early to tell. I mean, it's only April.
I didn't even know there was a Friends reunion. That's the first I'm fucking hearing of it.
Yeah, that's what
like I heard. Like a legit straight reunion?
I think so. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Wow. Daniel Hirel, $4.99. Thanks, buddy. D&T, what's your thoughts on the movie Taxi Driver? By the way, you guys have me binge watching Golden Girls. Hysterical. God bless, guys. What up, Frank?
Talking to me? You talking to me?
Golden Girls is great. I fucking love Golden Girls. And Taxi Driver is a classic. I mean, it's amazing. I love Taxi Driver. You guys like Taxi Driver?
You talking to me?
Yeah. I think.
Are you talking to me?
With Golden Girls, wasn't Estelle Getty Mrs. Spool's stunt double for that shovel scene?
I think so.
Yes. Good old Estelle.
Yes. Estelle.
Goodbye,
Getty.
Sophie.
Oh my God. I adore the Golden Girls. I'm not afraid to. I'm unabashedly a huge fan of the Golden Girls. I think they're fucking hilarious. And that was a great show. I used to watch that.
It could still be on today.
100%.
Still definitely be on.
Oh, hell yeah, it could.
Still relevant. Still relevant today. Perkins, I was going to read it. Chris Baber sends in $2.99, says, Perkins, true example of someone being typecast. Yeah, he was definitely typecast, for sure. I mean, he'll always be known for that role, for sure.
Nothing wrong with that, though. You know what I mean? Not many people get that in a lifetime, you know what I mean? Or as an actor in their career, to be known, like even Christopher Reeve, he will always be known as Superman. And
that's true.
You know what? Fucking, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
you know what is a great Christopher Reeve movie that I absolutely love?
Time After Time.
Are you thinking of Somewhere in Time?
Somewhere in Time.
Fucking
thinking of the fucking Cyndi Lauper song.
Somewhere in Time is a great movie. If you guys haven't seen
Time After Time,
it's with Jane Seymour, Christopher Reeves in the 80s.
It's a really good movie.
It's a great romantic film. I'm telling you, guys, you will love it, and your ladies will too. Yeah. Intel Wild sends in a $5 super chat and says, guys, I had always heard growing up that Perkins was gay, and that is how he contracted his illness.
Probably.
That's the truth. Yep.
Yes, I heard that he was
but
gay,
he also was married.
But he was married too, though, wasn't he?
So
I was just going to say it was, there was.
His wife knew about his affairs.
Right.
Later on.
Perkins had a lot of loving for everyone.
He did. Yes. Yeah, he did. I was just going to say, I've heard that too. And it makes sense when you put two and two together. Let me see. What else we got going on? I think I've caught up on the super chats. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, why is John Carpenter name in the opening credits of Halloween 2 music by John Carpenter in association with Alan Howarth? They should change it to music by Alan Howarth. That is because the music that that is in Halloween 2 it's by John Carpenter, because I don't think Alan Howarth created anything new. So what you're hearing is versions of of the music that John Carpenter wrote. So it is still John Carpenter's music. That's why it's music by John Carpenter. And then they say in association with, I guess you could have said performed by. I don't know. I'd have to look at the opening credits again. But usually, you'll see later on, in subsequent films, you'll see music by Alan Howarth, but you'll then see Halloween theme by John Carpenter. Mm-hmm. So you'll see that, even though the Halloween theme is actually performed by Alan Howarth. So like in Halloween 4, for example, you'll see music by Alan Howarth, Halloween theme by John Carpenter. It's because he wrote the theme. He wrote it. It's not Alan Howarth's theme. So that would be why. Robert Thidoff sends in a $4.99 super chat, says, Jaws 2, Halloween 2, or Psycho 2? What is the better movie? Not the most entertaining.
I'm still new with Psycho 2. This is my only second time watching it. So I don't think it's fair to make that, So if I were to compare, I'd be comparing Jaws 2 and Halloween 2. And damn, that's tough because they're both really entertaining. And even Psycho 2 is great. But I'm probably going to lean with Mikey. I got to go with Mikey.
I would say, again, it depends on what are.
We're talking 81 or Halloween 2, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking Rob Zombie shit show.
No. But I think it all comes down to what our benchmark is. You know, like what are we comparing? You know what I mean?
But like, what do you personally?
Right. Well, no. I get that, but it's like, well, okay, so you know, I can't. So I have to think. I got to go. What do I think is the better sequel or the better movie? But then I have to think, okay, well, you know, what am I comparing? As it relates to the first one, I mean, probably it's probably going to. Oh Jesus, it is tough. It is tough
because they're 3 great sequels. I mean, they really are. They do their best to honor the original film.
They do, but I think
too much.
You know, Psycho 2 probably does the best job in doing that. Probably continuity wise and tone wise. Halloween 2
both had Deed Cundy.
Yeah, Halloween 2 is well, then again, Psycho 2 is more as well, but it's tough. My favorite to watch
7
though,
shots.
is probably Jaws
7 shots.
7 shots.
Yeah, Loomis 7 shots.
Oh, I know.
This different outfit.
I know, and he runs out of the lawn, and there's that comical, you know, snow angel. Yeah. I never understand that. It would have been so.
You don't know what death is,
but it makes no sense. Like, you don't need a comical outline, a gingerbread outline of Michael Myers on the grass. First of all, he wasn't lying on the grass long enough to make that imprint, and you don't. And how much does the guy weigh? 900 pounds? You don't need that. It would be much more effective if he looks at the lawn, he sees nothing, there's no sign of anybody that's been there. He then walks over, kneels down, places his hand, and then sees the blood. That is way more effective. That is creepier and I know this is 1981. Okay, maybe that would have happened today. But I think that's creepier because just from the naked eye, you don't see anything. Mm-hmm. You see nothing with the naked eye. But when you go over there and you kneel down and you put your hand there, you're like, oh,
might as well be outlined in chalk, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking comical. I've always thought it was comical. Even when I was a kid, I was like, this looks, I hate to say it, Halloween fans, looks stupid. It really does. I know.
Heads are blowing right now.
Heads are blowing.
I'm offended. But Dave.
I know. And I'm a Halloween. Listen, Halloween 2 is my second favorite. I like Halloween 2. I do. Again, I don't think it's as good as the original, but I enjoy it. I think I have fun with it. I don't think it's a terrible film.
That's the key word right there. I think all 3 of these sequels you can have fun with.
Yeah, you can. You know
what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's really not much yes, I mean, outside of Michael's imprint, but when I say negative, there's not much negative, meaning like you're not really disappointed with the films when you're done watching it. You're like, I was entertained. This was good.
That's right. And Darren, is bang on. There wasn't any grass in H1. And he's right. When Michael's lying on the ground, it's just like dirt.
Except for what Annie and Laurie were smoking.
That's right. I thought about making that joke too. I did. But you're right. It's because they were shot at 2 different spots. And then of course, you don't notice this as a kid, but as you get older, you realize that Dick Warlock, I think it's him anyway, because he's walking up the ramp and his feet are parallel with the actual railing.
Yes.
So he doesn't, and he just kind of falls off, and I mean, but those things you can forgive. The chalk gingerbread outline on the lawn, I just think is comical to this day and completely unnecessary. Harry Hagen,
Psycho 2, just because of the same. They try to keep it as close to the original, but also make it its own.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. Kind of like it's me, Billy. Anyway, Harry Hagen sends in $10 super chat. Thank you, Harry. And says, saw Revenge of the Nerds on cable, and it was rated R for language. And the R word rhymes with cape. I guess they're referring to Lewis sleeping with Betty without her knowing. Fascinating. I haven't seen Revenge of the Nerds in a while. I remember watching it, thinking it was funny though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of nudity in it too.
There's a lot of nudity in that movie. There's
a lot of boobs.
A lot of boobs. Jonathan Ball says, anyone ever see the USA Network's Cabin by the Lake movies? Pretty interesting for a made-for-TV movie. I have not.
That's Judd Nelson, I believe. The Rat Packer. Brat Pack.
Interesting. Colin Murdy says, my go-to would be Halloween 2, then Jaws 2, and lastly, Psycho 2. I like them all equally, though, for various reasons. Blood Red Sky says, the grass was soaked with blood, so it looked like an imprint body. Or an imprint, probably. I don't think so. I'm going to politely disagree. I don't think that was all blood, and I think Michael would have. I think Michael would have bled. That the amount of blood that would have been needed.
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead.
He'd be definitely dead.
He'd be dead. He'd be dead. No, I think it's just an outline of where he was. I don't know why they made that decision, but I love everything after that. I love the what's going on out here. I've been trick-or-treated to death. Call the sheriff. Tell him I shot him. Tell him he's still on the loose. I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is. It's great. I love that shit, man. Gets me pumped up every time. It's great stuff. Jim Dorsey says, I'm getting Dave and Michael imprint lawn decorate. I'm getting Dave a Michael imprint lawn decoration for Halloween. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know how you would do that, but all right, let's do it. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, did you like the score of Halloween 3 by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth? I did. Yes, I did. I love the Halloween 3 score. It's great. I think I like it better than the movie. Let's see who else we got going here. What do we time here? 2:21. That's not bad. We'll go for another 10 minutes or so.
Colin asked me when am I realistically planning to start Sackhead Friday the 13th, which is going to be titled just Camp Crystal Lake, by the way.
The Sack.
The Return of the Sack.
That'd be a great
Camp Crystal
title.
Lake, The Return of the Sack.
Return of the Sack.
I think I mentioned this before. Realistically, the location, Camp Daniel David Morgan, which is the location, I can't even begin to sit down and talk with them until 2022. That's sitting down and talking with them.
Right.
And then from that point, I got to get, the permission to use the campgrounds for I'm going to push for a 2-week shoot. And really try to get to a 60-minute film within a 2-week time frame. And then from there, am I going to do an Indiegogo? Yeah, because I don't have that kind of money, man. Like if I had that kind of money, then yeah, I would just forego that. But at some point, I will probably start mentioning that on Instagram and promoting all that stuff next year. But I got to first get the approval from the campsite, which I can't, like I said, they won't even have a conversation with me until next year. So
right.
Nothing I can do.
It's tricky, man.
Especially right now.
Robert Kitzmiller sends in $5 and says, Frank, I'm curious. Do you really wear a thong on the beach?
I do, but reversed backwards.
There you go.
I don't like showing crack.
Right.
Frontwards,
No.
it's
Not the kind of crack you want.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
no.
That's right.
Plus, you don't want to get sand up in there.
Now, is your favorite moment in Halloween 2 the hot tub scene? I mean, I know people.
I
tease you
love
about the hot
that.
tub. You love that scene. don't
It's
you?
my favorite scene of all time.
All time.
In that movie.
I think I do like it, but my favorite is still the death of Janet. Just backing up into the wall and
the slow reveal,
Yeah.
needle to the freaking temple. Yeah, that's my favorite
great.
kill of the whole franchise.
Of the whole franchise.
I've said that before. That Janet's kill is my favorite of the whole, because anything near the temple, it doesn't matter. It creeps me out. It's very unsettling for me to watch.
Fascinating.
And I love it.
It's definitely my favorite kill in Halloween 2, as I've often said, because I think it's the most Halloween 1. Not the kill. I mean, the kill is, but it's the setup. The setup, the backing up, the emerging from the darkness is the most Halloween 1 I think we get in Halloween 2. So
Legit. Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's great. It's great. Die Hard Drummer 84, Hans Gruber says, got sack. Die Hard Drummer 84 says, Frank, what part of Jersey you from?
Jersey.
Be vague, obviously. You don't have to give your street.
Frank, give us your address.
My mom is from Haddonfield, and my aunt and uncle live in, is it Musilla?
Deborah Hill's also
Musilla Hill?
was from Haddonfield.
Oh, no, sorry. No, wait a minute. My thing's in the way.
Did you know that?
Militia Hill? Militia Hill? Mulicia Hill? Mullica? There's a couple of ways you can say that.
I'm actually from North Jersey. I'm about 45 minutes away from...
You're not from the shore?
No, I'm not from the Central Jersey shit.
Hanging out with
North
Snooki?
Jersey. But those guys weren't even from Jersey. They just
I know
plopped
none
them
of
there.
them were.
No,
No.
North Jersey. I'm about 45 minutes away, half hour out a good day from the George Washington.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
so
right. I know where you're at.
you're fairly close to New York City then.
Yeah,
Yeah, you weren't,
6
because Connecticut wasn't from the Washington Bridge. That would have taken me to get to there to the Jersey side from where I was lived in Connecticut about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, over the Tappan Zee.
Over to Tappan Zee.
Very cool. Very cool. Last time I was in New York or in that area was 2014. 2014. My girlfriend and I drove down. We with the intention of going to New York, and we drove down. We stayed in New Jersey, and because it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And we just took the funky shuttle buses that take you over into Manhattan. Woo! They can be fun. But it was fun. It was fun. We did that. It was April of 2014. I think we did that.
The tolls have increased since then.
Oh, I bet.
I can imagine.
I bet.
So it's almost like $20 to go over in a car.
Where, by the way, in relations to you, Frank, where is, because I know, as I mentioned a moment ago here, that Deborah Hill, she's from Haddonfield, New Jersey. Where is that in relations to you? Like, how far is that?
That's probably about a 2.5 hour drive south.
Is that more? Oh, okay, south. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Closer to Philly.
Philadelphia.
Oh, Philly, city of brotherly
I've
love.
never been to Philadelphia. I'd love to go to Philly.
It's a good city.
Missy E says drove over the Tappan Zine, the Tappan Zine Bridge. Think it has a different name now.
Really? They changed the name of that?
Tappan Zine.
You sure
I
about
don't think so. The one bridge they did change is now the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
Why am I not shocked on that?
I thought you said the Chris Cuomo Bridge for a minute.
Oh, he's crossed too many bridges.
Why am I not surprised Cuomo's got a bridge named after him? God, I'm so glad I left the Northeast.
I don't know. Let's see. What do we got here? We'll go for a few more minutes, folks, and we'll wrap it up here. Gary Rangel says, Dave, what do y'all think of the 2012 fan film Halloween Awakening? It was an unofficial sequel to Resurrection. I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
I've never seen it.
2012? It was a little while ago. It was almost a decade ago. I don't know if I've ever heard of it or seen it.
Yeah, can you believe that we're coming up? The Conjuring has almost been out for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like
2013.
Time is going by too fast here.
2013. Let's see here. The
Man of Steel's been out for almost 10 years.
Yes, 2013 as well. No,
Or
I thought was it 2012? I thought it was 2013. Pretty sure it was 2013. Alec Schambach. I think I'm saying that right. Alec, if I'm not, I apologize. Thinking about buying tickets to tour Camp Crystal Lake in Jersey. Have you been, Frank?
I've been there twice.
Amazing.
Is it cool?
Still, oh yeah. You get
No B
there
Bosco,
and then-
right?
Yeah, but they sell lake water, and I'm telling everybody, just stick your hand outside with a cup when it rains. There you go. You have
There you
lake
go.
water.
They really sell lake water. You can drive like a quarter mile up the road
and
and
get the same stream.
Yeah, from the same stream and get the shit.
But how do you know it's like, do you actually see them going down to the lake, dipping the vial in, sealing it and handing it to you? I mean, how do I know it's from just because it's in their little cabin being sold, how do I know they didn't just turn on the faucets 10 minutes before I arrive?
Take a swig and get E. coli.
But that actually, you know what? That kind of gives me an idea now how to like raise money for my fan film. I can take lake water from where they filmed part 6.
Right.
Like you can have the Jason Lives water.
You can make a mint.
That's right. Exactly. Totally do it that way. 100%. Where Nomad has gone before says, hey, Dave, is there any truth to the rumor that the reason we didn't see Billy in the OG Black Christmas was because the mechanical Billy never worked right? Oh, I see. At first I thut you were being serious. Maybe, possibly, you never know. The mechanical Billy was Bruce the Billy, and
Bruce the Billy.
It never worked right. It never, ever worked right. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, my favorite scene in Halloween 2 is the red light parking lot when Michael chases Laurie. Yeah, that's a good scene. That's definitely a good scene. Very, very good scene. Vanderhoff, 66FU, says, I've been to Camp Nobi Bosco 4 times as well. Wow, 4 times. I'd love to go. Never been. Amazing, Dave. Amazing. Hans Gruber says Jason Shack toilet water is where the money real is. You know, the real money is, I mean, that's true. Maybe the shack where the guy ate too many enchiladas and that outhouse is really, that's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Selling, like it's fake, but they're selling that. This is little vials of shit enchiladas. Toilette. Patrick Ring says, I camped there. Camp Nobi Bosco with my son when he was a scout.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. They still do Boy Scout camping.
Yeah. I wonder if the kids that go there know about it.
No.
Hey, kids.
Guess what wasn't filmed here?
Hey, kids, come sit by the fire.
The camp down here gets a lot of a lot of churches use that campsite for just like weekend stuff, you know, camping activities and stuff like that. Because I did ask them, like, who uses this for? Like, I didn't think camping was like a thing anymore. Like, no, a lot of church organizations in the South, around like Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, come and use the little. I mean, it's a great campsite. So I would imagine the one in New Jersey is the same
snake
way. But
dancing.
I didn't even think, snake dancing.
I thought you said Ted Danson.
all sorts
like,
of crazy
Ted
rituals.
Danson. All right.
But yeah, that's cool that the Boy Scouts are still. I didn't even think anybody was doing Boy Scouts.
No, it's still there. And where's
the Scouts?
The town the town that she walks into, though, at the beginning of the movie, that's a bit further away, right? That's
in New Jersey. That's in New Jersey still, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Still, the diner is still there.
Very cool.
The cemetery is in Jersey too, right? That they pass by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
New Hope, right? Is that the?
Yep. Hope, New Jersey.
Hope, New Jersey.
Hope, New Jersey. New Hope. Yeah. Picture of.
It's still a dump.
Is it?
Is it really still
Anybody from Hope, New Jersey? No
Sorry.
offense. No offense. Just letting you all know.
I'll offend. It's a dump.
That's great. I'm glad. Warren Armour says Scooby-Doo do water. Mizzy E says Jason coming for you, Scout boys. Scare the crap out of him. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny.
That won't scare them, these kids today.
Hey, did I hear true, speaking of Scout, that Danielle and Scout are doing a podcast now? A horror podcast?
Danielle Harris and Scout and Taylor Compton.
Yeah. Is that true?
I don't know.
Do you know? Someone told me that, and I was like, bullshit. They're not doing that.
Interesting. Robert Kitzmiller gets one in under the radar. Says $5 super chat. Thank you, Robert. Says, before you go, Frank, is your alarm clock really Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top? I fucking love that song, by the way. I love that song.
It's Pearl Necklace.
It's and not the kind of pearl necklace you're thinking of, ladies and gentlemen. Get your mind out of the gutter, folks. All right. Well, listen, folks. I hit the wrong one. I was about to say I'm offended.
Who's offended?
I hit the wrong button. I don't know. Somebody is offended. Somebody's offended. Frank, my man, stick around after we're done here, and we'll wrap up more personally. But Frank, thanks so much for joining us
Frank,
here
thanks for coming
on this episode. This is great, Frank. Again, thank you for your contribution, man, to the film.
We're gonna need him to come back as a special guest.
Oh fuck yeah, we got to get Frank on this show more often than not. It's just he adds so much more class.
More class than me and Dave, that's for sure.
Just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen more. Folks, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our moderators, Frank RIKER, Tabitha Short, Darren Sands, and Chris Baber for doing what you guys do. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the Super Chat questions that came in today, the non-Super Chat questions that came in, and thank you for joining us and watching Psycho 2. Tony and I will be back next Monday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As usual, Tony, Frank, any last things you guys want to say?
I just had fun, and I'll see everybody soon. And we'll, check out the Slaughterland podcast.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that.
I swear to God, I had every intention of doing that.
Hey, Frank, don't you got a podcast?
I had every intention of doing. That's right, Frank and Darren. Darren Sands, of course, one of my other great moderators in the chat, host a podcast called the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast, where they talk about movies, the movies we talk about here, but also other horror movies that you may not think about. They do have
Frank,
a YouTube channel.
Frank, can you find that on Spotify?
It's on all major platforms for podcasts.
All major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, wherever podcasts are downloaded in the major platforms. They also have a YouTube channel as well. Just YouTube the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. I think you guys are closing in on 100 subs. Let's see if we can get them to 100 subs. Just do it. Trust me, you guys are not, believe me. Well, hey, if you don't believe me, believe him. Believe him. Amazing show tonight. We'll see you next week. Alrighty, guys. In the meantime, and in between time, cheers.